I should buy a force-filled one.
Okay, and welcome to Hint Plays. Somewhat delayed, I do apologise. People, tech issues, stuff. It happens. So, we are playing this evening Cyberpunk Red. And I will be moving that window because that does not fit. Cyberpunk Red, specifically the scenario title is Kids in the Yoga Halls. Which does make sense, but only to me because I'm the only one who knows the plot. So, the title may or may not be showing up correctly. Unfortunately, that is a Twitch thing at the moment. It's not just me being hit with it. There are a few people who are unable to change category and tags. So if you're trying to find us with the tags, oops. But if you're hearing this, then you found us anyway, so it's not a problem. So, with me this evening, we have Peyton Helix.
Hello.
We have Chrono Magistrate.
Hello.
We have Molietsu.
Hello.
Robinson.
This is when we find out we're not unmuted.
Shut up. I checked, you were. You weren't initially, because it thought it was using a speaker as a microphone. OBS updates. Yay. Shard Angel.
Hello.
And Nightbites.
Hello.
Just completing the sweep around there. And I am your host, Jottercup, and I am currently mentally falling apart from lack of sleep, for which I do apologise. But if I start snoring on stream, just somebody poke me or something.
You shouldn't spend so much time.
Everyone.
You shouldn't spend so much time in the whatchamacallit brain dance simulator.
Not provably. So, yeah, I blame Pippin entirely. Okay. So, hello Alexia. Hello Fish. Yeah, I blame your cat. He's your cat when he does something wrong. So, the story so far, having made the delivery of literal toys to Tremaine from Militech. Well, rephrase that. Militech toys that Tremaine has acquired.
And are actually dangerous and usable.
Yes. Circa a small tank and a walking, talking robot doll.
Walking, talking, like combat-ready
Yes.
martial arts
Yes,
doll.
which will never ever sneak up to a kid after dark and whisper, "You will kill Mommy and Daddy," in its ear. Not in this scenario, anyway. They have been put onto another gig, having having satisfactorily completed that, to meet with a contact who will give them the particulars of a new job.
Contact named Capra.
Yes, contact is currently going by Capra, according to Tremaine. And you have got to the warehouse where you're supposed to be having the meeting, and unfortunately, instead of it being nicely closed up and... I wonder where you were, Robinson. Well done.
Why is this not showing up? I had the normal one, not... Fair.
Oh, if that's the worst mistake that happens this evening, we'll be good.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. In lieu of the nice, quiet, covert meeting warehouse you had envisioned, you've got there and there is little old guy sat on the stairs being interviewed by a small media team and claims he saw people going in, which he reckons are smugglers. So, what you gonna do? And why am I saying it like that?
I don't know. If I remember correctly from the end of last session, we heard them discussing things in the interview and talking about smugglers, and then we heard a gunshot.
Yes.
Yes. A single gunshot.
A single gunshot.
Yeah, handgun, not suppressed, not heavy.
Yep. And from within.
Yeah.
Within the warehouse. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're round the corner from the interviewing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, hiding behind Where are your character classes gone?
Oh, we're outside. Zoom out.
Yeah, we're like right there with the crates.
Yeah. Well, four of us are apparently.
No, that's the actual media team.
Yeah,
Ah.
Oh,
they're
okay.
blocking the door.
And they're interviewing Mr. Steen.
Yes. Thank you for remembering his name, because I didn't.
Ah. I missed that.
Oh, I didn't remember. I had notes.
Yeah.
I never
Mm,
trust my
okay.
memory for
Sensible
obvious
man.
reasons.
All right. Okay. Yes. So they're interviewing. There's a gunshot inside the building. So, yeah. How do we want to handle this?
Yeah.
I immediately look up.
Why is it gone to
Um,
what the, who the, what the...
Oh.
Excuse me? Why are you open? What's going on?
Yes. Why is
I don't
Stream
know.
showing something that we're not seeing?
Yeah.
Wild car park.
You should be able to drag your own tokens from your character sheets onto the map.
Okay.
So I'm guessing we're
Not
no.
able to.
Fine.
Nope.
Well, I am a confused...
Not even with right click.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think we should probably
Oops. No, that's
just
not-
barge past the media team and into the warehouse to see what the heck's going on.
There we go.
That seems a bit rash, but if our
he's not
contact is in
there.
danger, we're gonna have issues.
Question is, can we get in without being seen?
I mean,
Yeah, a gunshot and then a group of, let's face it, colourful and armed strangers making their way inside as a result of that might look a little suspicious to the media team, but
well, we've got a media ourselves and
yeah.
and a rocker boy. Well,
Yes.
fixer now.
If you two want to go and bluff the media that we're some kind of whatever you can think of to get us in
Rapid
there
response
with
unit.
that'll do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Let's
like
go
that.
for it.
I quickly want to have a look, and can I see any cameras?
Now. I would like you to give me a perception check while I figure out how to add someone to the combat tracker.
Let me go and grab my dice.
Ooh.
Also, if we distract the media team and the interviewee, Raw Duck is pretty stealthy. Could probably sneak in to scout things out. Yeah.
Possibly. But this is
Possibly.
a big old warehouse. Duck, would you mind rolling... Well, rather, would you mind rolling, Duck, a initiative score? Not because there's going to be combat, it's just that that's the only way I know to get them on the initiative tracker.
yeah, I also still can't move my token in, but let me just quickly roll a d10 in. Do we do it in
I'm doing physical dice rather than.
Yeah, if you have to roll it in... you have to roll an initiative in the
Right. Okay.
chat
Oh,
in
if you want-
order to get it onto the combat tracker. Everybody else is already on there. Everybody else is already there, it's fine.
Ooh,
I like rolling dice.
not great. 17 for perception.
Okay.
what,
Wait, is everyone rolling? Or...
No.
No, just
No.
Duck.
No,
isn't it
I'm
rolling?
double checking because I heard two people mention rolling, and I was like, wait, I was pretty sure only one was supposed to be.
You missed Druck getting frustrated because I rolled a dice.
I'm sorry, Dot. Oh.
Ignore me. Ignore
There
me,
we go.
it's fine.
Okay, so 6.
Yeah. Hang on.
And for some reason,
No. Don't do this
There's
to me.
no lyrics.
Okay, we're good. It's all good.
It's the roll plus something, isn't it?
There you
Or
go.
is it just the straight
Right.
roll?
Plus your reflex.
It
Reflex.
is don't worry about it now. It's fine.
It
You
was
do
just
not
purely a
need to
mechanism
roll.
to get.
You do not need to roll anything. Step away from the dice, except Chrono, who's rolling perception.
17 for perception.
Right. You should all be able to use your character sheet. Move your own token.
Aha.
Let's have a look.
I don't even know if my token's on the thing. Hang on. Gotta find me. Zoom
Ah,
in.
ooh.
It's not my fault you're small.
Oh, there I am. Oh.
Zoom in, enhance. Zoom in, enhance.
No, how do I undo that?
Aha, there I am.
And hello, Jasnitz.
Wait,
Like that.
no, that didn't work.
I
What?
appear to be doing a move route rather
Yeah.
than actually moving the token.
What the
So
fuck is going on
at
here?
the moment, I think Cad's token is about to do the time warp.
Yeah.
There's a step
Yeah,
to the left, a step
yeah.
to the right.
I think you're
Yeah, I don't-
summoning something.
Yes.
Yeah, my token has gone missing wherever it was.
How are you doing this? Everybody
know.
stop clicking.
Cat apparently time warped so far back in time, I don't exist anymore.
Well.
I beg you, stop clicking because you're just producing waypoints, and any minute now, the Alphatep's coming through.
I'm not touching anything
Sorry.
anymore.
No, I know, it's my
I've-
sister.
Man, I'm not touching anything.
I'm sorry, I was playing with it and I didn't mean to do anything.
I was trying to undo it myself, and that just made more.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm sorry, if you give me a way to draw things, draw random shapes, then I'm going to draw. I'm going to mess with them
Yeah,
for no apparent reason.
it's fine. It is fine. Now, everybody should be able to move their own token.
We
I
can
don't think
we can plan a move by pulling
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Cancel.
What happened to mine?
Okay.
It's under something?
Someone moved though, that's a good sign.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. Oh,
just
hey, look,
accepted
I'm moving
your
through the
moves.
waypoint.
How are you doing that? How
I
are you
just
doing
hit
that?
accept move.
Oh, thanks.
Ah, right.
I appreciate.
Oh, now you're just drawing arrows at random. Come on.
I'm trying to. I'm
I
trying to,
stopped. I
trying to
did
move.
stop.
I don't know why I'm not moving.
I can't see any of
because
the
it-
arrows
it
except
look-
for mine.
It looks like movement is dependent on when the GM accepts the mover.
Oh.
Okay.
Which is not done that before.
Yeah.
That's something you can toggle on and off, and it has previously been toggled.
Oh,
Toggle movement lock mode. There you go. Right. Now,
Try again, or we just
just
generate
just
more
one
arrows?
person. Just try gently.
Yes,
gently.
it worked.
Yeah, it had toggled. It had toggled on the movement lock, which it
Oh,
doesn't
my
do by default.
Okay. Yeah.
And so apparently Hideo doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got eliminated from existence
There you go.
somehow.
Yeah, Shard's got. Shard,
Person.
yeah, Shard's
I
got
have physical form.
the. Yes,
You are. Oh, you're.
Sorry,
You're red.
sorry,
Like
Peyton.
Reg.
it's all right. I was just reading what Shard put in the chat. Yes, we are not. We're not adults. We are children with a drinking license.
I really like that term.
Yes.
I would like to point out this is just Coke. This is not anything in the Coke.
You may need to.
You may
fortify
need to
yourself a
add
little.
something into that Coke for this session.
Jack Daniels within sight. I am deliberately not.
Yeah. I like
Okay, so now that we can move,
there is little hand.
Linked little fingers. You wouldn't want to think you're committed to each
And
other.
everyone follow the tall person with the umbrella.
Oh, but Jet said the blood rain had ended.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
they still
you're
have the
not
umbrella.
familiar with tour guides on UK. So, okay.
Tour guides, teachers.
has the perception check been rolled?
The perception check was a 17.
Oh yes, of course.
Right, you can see there is a small camera lens above the stairs, roughly where the guy's sitting, where the Steen's sitting. However, and I'm assuming you have moved into a position to see this.
Yeah. Let me just
Yeah.
move myself there then.
Yes, we ignore the fact that you've clearly got the same fashion sense as the media producer, but hey. Look, I ran out of people.
That's fair.
However, that check allows you to see there are very small scorch marks on the brickwork next to it. Wouldn't show up except that it's quite well illuminated and the brickwork's very pale.
Okay, can I do a check to see if there is a signal, like if it's operational?
Yeah, you can.
So that's electronics.
That is. Yes, hang on a sec. Why are you
Electronic
open?
security tech, or
Sorry, just before we came online, Kat decided he was going to walk on my keyboard. I am still dealing with the aftermath of why is everything open.
Oh.
Hang on, couch it. So, it is going to be to technique skill. No, it isn't. Yeah, you're right. Yes,
Cool.
yes, electronics. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
7.
Oh no.
What was your? Oh dear. What was your actual die roll?
It was a 1 and then a -8.
Christ.
Oh.
So.
I mean, I have a base of 14.
Oh. Oh no.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, actually, the dice had to come, like, given how well my dice have rolled in previous session, it had to come back and bite me at some point.
Oh,
Yep.
of course. Absolutely.
Fortunately, it's done it at a relatively unimportant time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh God,
No.
I do apologise. This is less than professional of me. I do apologise. Okay, so as far as you can tell, someone has actually bunged up a blocking screen. There is a jammer running, clearly.
Okay. I like message everybody else. Cameras appear to be jammed. I can try and unlock and see what's inside, but that will take a bit of time. If you all want to go ahead, I can work on that from here.
Okay.
Do you need anyone to stick around to back you up?
I'll stick back, give some cover.
All right.
Sorry, I'm still very happy with the quality of these maps.
Yeah, they are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. Actually, I messaged CAD separately. Yeah. Given gunshot fire, if anyone else is wounded in there, your medical skills may be necessary.
Solid
I'll
shot.
run. I'll run.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be hanging fire.
Okay.
Change your plan.
And basically, I'm going to sit down back against the crate, pull out my tech and my laptop, and basically see if I can start unjamming the camera. Basically, my plan is I want to get into the camera network so that I can see what's happening inside the warehouse.
Okay, so you're basically hoping that the access point is within 6 meters.
I'm hoping so. If not, I'm going to try and find it.
Okay.
Or find an access point.
It's going to be, well, it would have to be the right one. It's going to be like when I'm using the Bluetooth finder on my phone.
Yeah,
You're literally walking around going, warmer, 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 colder.
Yeah, so my agent is basically doing that, and then I will
pretty much
basically apply the goggles and my laptop.
Okay. Alright, the virtualization goggles show you absolutely no signals so far. Except for the network running between the medias, who appear to be running a 3-way private comms network.
Okay.
Oh,
I do also, like in my message, say that camera also appears to have been shot out. There are scorch marks on the brickwork, so take care.
Right. So, what are you lot doing?
Okay. What would the skill be to try to hack into the private 3-way conversation between the other mediums?
It would be a skill you don't have.
Okay.
It's a netrunner thing.
Okay.
I say even I don't have the necessary skill for that.
Okay. I I'm just wondering because I do have basic tech.
No, it's not a tech skill. It is actually net running.
Okay,
Mm.
dang it. All right. Well, Dandelion had suggested doing a bluff to distract the media interviewers so people could get in through the door.
Mhm.
So let's do
You've
that.
just heard a gunshot.
Yeah.
They are all going, ooh,
Oh, okay.
and the guy
Well-
on the stairs is going, oh man.
Okay. Well then, we could attempt to. I'm sorry, I have a dog who
That's
was paid
okay.
for me when.
We could walk up and be like, "We're here to clean up a mess inside."
Yeah, that's. I mean, possibly.
Or
You could claim to be security?
Yeah, I was thinking just basically, go in with guns drawn, camera on my shoulder, and so on. Be like, excuse me, this is very important. Please clear out of the way. All unauthorized personnel.
Yeah.
Try and
Clear the
out
area.
the media.
Yeah, do it. I like this, Molly. Do it. I'll follow your lead.
I see. So we're going for media supremacy. You're
Yes.
getting into a pissing contest with people who are wearing suits, which cost 6 times more than you.
Yeah. But the suits are sitting there all goggle-eyed.
Yeah.
Look, what then are people going to really do in this situation?
Oh my god. Excuse me.
Alright.
I might use the opportunity if they're going to try and bluff their way into security. I think I would like Duck to use the opportunity to try and sneak around.
Okay, where are you sneaking?
Oh.
Yeah, we can be a diversion for people trying to sneak in
So
through a loading dock. Something.
yeah, if Duck goes around that container here, where down here, then could jump up onto the loading dock and in.
There is also at the top of the map, which you've just come past, there is also a fire escape.
Fire escape up onto the.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we could be above the carnage.
Actually, with the fire escape angle, what about Cad going with Duck?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, or maybe the Cad, Duck, and Hideo, because
Yeah.
Hideo does have that chair. It is very noticeable.
Well,
He's hardly the only one in Night City who's got one.
yeah.
That's true.
How common are they, to be honest?
Not as common as you might think regarding people with injuries or illnesses along those lines, because some people do opt to get them either whole body replacement or will opt for cyberware options. But not everybody can have cyberware options or wants them. So they are notable, especially the Spider version, because that does cost more. They are noteworthy, but they are not, oh my god, what the hell's that?
Right.
Okay.
It's more along the lines of somebody walks past and you go, huh, they're wearing one of those posh diving watches that I've seen in the last James Bond film. That costs as much as my house.
kind of like having an electric wheelchair in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I'll pretend that I understand that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our totally our youthful person here.
A child.
Honestly, Robin, I'm just going based on technological level and access.
Oh yeah, don't mind me. I'll just crumble into dust over here.
So it's like the comment I read today, which was someone said, "My son said, Mum, you old enough that you saw a PS2 in the real life?"
God, that makes
And
me
her
feel-
response was, "If anyone wants me, I'll be wading into the sea."
Yeah.
This is how I feel every year. Someone uploads a picture. It's like, this famous movie is now 20 years old.
Yep.
And it'll be like Shrek.
Yeah, and I'll be like, yes. I mean, I'm like, son, I was alive when the PlayStation 1 was a real thing.
I saw Star Wars when it was in the cinema the first time.
Yeah, well, the prequels anyway, in my case.
Before
but,
it was A New
Oh.
Hope.
Yes. Yes, back when it was just Star Wars.
Admittedly,
Well,
I
it was
was
just
4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So-
they've been on for several years.
Yeah. So it sounds like we'll be Duck, Cad, and Hideo going for the fire escape then.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's easily
Okay.
wide enough. It's not a problem. It's a couple of meters
All
across.
In that case, is basically.
I didn't have to activate the chair's contortion mode.
You've built
Chair
a
has
contortion mode.
mode.
Have you seen spiders? They fold up in terrifying ways.
Actually, fair play, yeah.
I've just spent the last several hours playing through the new Aliens shooter game. I do not need to think about spiders and the way they leap up at you. And...
Is that any good?
No.
No, we have no. There's
We have viewers, let alone players, that have issues. I think we should just go with we have a spider chair. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah. No, anyway, the game is pretty decent.
yes.
So,
Okay, so
right. In that case, if I think Doug will see the opportunity, he'll look to anyone else and says, "Fire escape."
okay, and Dandelion and Nabu still trying to breach the front through a massive bluff.
Yep. I'll let you lead.
Fun.
I'll have my handgun out at my side,
Yes.
following.
Use bluff with auto fire. It'll be fantastic.
I don't have auto fire.
No. Oh well, just.
You don't
Yes.
have to. Does the gun?
Handgun.
It's a heavy handgun. It is not auto fire.
Use your handgun, but apply cool instead of
Okay.
That's
Oh god,
basic.
cool, we're dead.
That's what I'm doing.
So Duck's gonna move. Duck's gonna move up to here then.
Oh,
now.
okay, I have cool.
Okay. You can put yourself... Those heading to the fire escape, you can shift yourselves into position on the stairs. No
Okay.
problem.
Right. Rotate
There is
my-
no...
Do we need any kind of stealth roll for that?
No, it's far enough away from everybody else.
Yes. We'll worry about that once we're inside.
Yep.
Okay.
Once you're inside on the highly echoey metallic walkway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have spider bots in this map.
Oh,
I
great to
should have
know.
mentioned it, should I? Okay.
I see it.
So, you guys can head up there on your own recognizance. Electrum is getting nowhere finding an access point.
Might need to go into the building yourself.
Yeah, if there is a controller inside, it is inside.
Yeah. Okay. If I do that, then I basically run up behind them.
Okay. guys, where are you going? Guys, come. Sorry.
At the
So-
sound of running feet, I'm going to turn around, pistol drawn,
Plug him.
and then
It's-
realise that it's.
It's a fast walk, and I will have messaged saying "wait up."
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, fair enough. All right.
you know, fun, you lot.
Electrum is vaguely sensible.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my drink?
Only one of
gone?
us that is probably.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Excuse
Hey,
me, I have.
if
put
we're
my-
not in a firefight, we're pretty sensible usually.
Have you looked at what we're doing right now?
Yeah,
A
you're
sensible
trying
pincer-
to get to a
pincer plan.
meet. You are literally trying to get to the hook in a scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, in the meantime, I think, Duck will obviously, just want to think about. Actually, he'll turn to us and just he'll say, "I think I should go lethal or non-lethal."
Right, so
It's a meat, not the job. Non-lethal.
In that case, yes, you see him reach around for his bag and pull from it a stun gun.
it's a stun gun, not a fun gun. Mojo is a Marvel villain who is a dimensional travelling TV producer, who is basically a brain in a chair. Brain
Modoc,
on a little wizened body in a chair.
yes.
Oh, Modoc. Sorry.
Modoc, yes.
Modoc is someone different.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I can't see Modoc and not think Krang.
Yeah, Mojo
Yeah,
Jojo.
definitely.
Yeah, Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff.
Mojo Jojo. Yes, we like Mojo Jojo.
Granted, Mojo Jojo also has giant brain.
Yes.
It's true.
Although I do have to
Giant-
say that there is very much cognitive dissonance with the MCU and the new MODOK cartoon that is on Disney.
Oh, I can imagine.
Mhm.
Okay. I've only seen
So
a
many
couple
giant
of them.
brains, so little time.
Yeah.
And I was rewatching one of the old X-Men's when MODOK turned up.
Ah.
And his hench person, I was looking going, oh, right, you're actually responsible for at least one gang getting cybered. Right, fair enough. Oh, God, you did! Mojo Fishy! Yes, Mojo Fishy.
Of course.
Okay. So, you at the... Oh, God, come on.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Naboo and Dandelion.
Mhm.
You round the corner, and there are the three media standing there with a... Are we going in? Who's going in first? After you? No, after you. No, I definitely think you should go first.
I think Naboo should just push past with camera out, and I'm following behind with gun. Just not ignore them, not even say anything, because they're fighting over who's going first.
Yeah, or, possibly, excuse me, out of the way, stay, please
Yeah,
clear the
yeah,
area. Blah, blah. Just basically talking as authoritatively as possible while moving and not even making eye contact, just like, "Brr, you are nothing, you are not important. Moving on. Screw you."
Yes.
I'm seeing a level of exec in your future.
Yeah. Oh, Naboo going exec though.
Oh, that would be a total and complete betrayal of everything that she stands for.
No, because you'd be building a company that is anti-corporate.
An anti.
But I can't see a corp coming and offering you a job. So you'd basically have to be a self-made exec.
Yeah.
I would like that, actually. That would be okay.
And even better, if you got ranks up in it, you'd basically be able to walk into corporate executive meetings because reputation.
Yeah.
To collect video of what's going on without them knowing.
And then I could bring down Arasaka. Yes.
Yes, it's all coming together.
I love it.
Arasaka's not even here yet.
I bought it before it even rises up.
That's what Naboo's doing. Naboo is preparing for Arasaka to show up.
Because they will be here eventually.
At the moment, if Arasaka turn up, they're going to be the subject of a kill order.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you blow up the centre of a city. The city gets a bit miffed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So, sorry, do I need to roll on persuasion or conversation?
I am just checking what the best one is. It's probably, she says, it's gonna have to be a persuasion check, yeah.
Okay, excellent. I have an 11.
While Naboo is making persuasion, can I roll to see if any of them are fans?
Yes.
Okay.
Again.
Yes, like that gang. That ganger from last time. Oh, that was fantastic.
Yes. Actually, I will roll.
My persuasion roll is 19.
Right. You unfortunately are on a -2 for
Difficult.
lacking what they see as the correct personal grooming standards.
They're judging me by my appearance.
They are indeed judging you by your appearance.
Ignore them.
Yeah, welcome to court.
We live in a
The skill
society.
checks assume you have the correct tools. If you are lacking in, style or personal grooming for the role you are presenting, that counts as lacking the appropriate tools, and that's a penalty.
Yeah, that is true. I think, Naboo's style counts more toward the bohemian than the executive.
Exactly. So, let me just check.
I don't
No,
remember.
they're not.
Do 10s explode or not?
10s explode, but I am checking to see if they're fans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And no, they're not.
That's fine.
So Naboo. So they're actually rolling a 17 resist coercion to try and stop your blandishments, resist your blandishments. Well, that's a 1. That's a good start. Excellent. Okay.
I like that.
I don't. I'm changing dice.
Where's intimidation? That's right, we don't have intimidation.
Where's intimidation? No, there is no such thing apparently.
That's. I think interrogation is the closest.
Intimidation is aggressive persuasion.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm also going to persuade them. I'm going to.
I mean, the system does also say that like you can use alternative stats if it makes sense, or if the DM allows. So persuasion with a body roll, for example, could function as intimidation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, you persuade them by twisting their arm up behind their head.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
using.
Coercing someone is not too different from persuading someone.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of coercion and intimidation also can be used with empathy just at its base, because understanding how the other person's going to take your words.
Yeah. Also, Robinson, remind me, if we ever end up in the position where if everyone's en masse together, I'm not standing next to you when we're deciding where we're going for dinner. Persuasion's fine. Take your, fist out of her ribs.
If I'm ever going out for dinner, I'm probably hanging at the back and already resigned myself to the fact we're going somewhere where I'm not going to eat something.
Oh, bless.
Because I am a very fussy eater.
So,
okay,
I'll be right there with you, Robinson.
I want to intimidate based on them making faces at Naboo's style and say out loud to Naboo, "Don't worry about it. They don't understand that the style's changed recently."
Right, okay. Suddenly that swaps over to resisting on personal grooming. Sorry, wardrobe and style. My apologies.
I can't math. 11 plus 8.
19.
Okay.
So, resisting...
Sorry, 12, so 20.
Yeah. So, resisting on wardrobe and style. They're not sure. And... oh, hello. Well, that would be a 29.
Holy.
Okay.
Okay,
So
and ironically,
resists.
it's the same person both times. The same person who doesn't believe Naboo also is not buying this whole wardrobe lark, which is the director,
Darn.
who steps forward and looks you up and down, calculatingly. I think you'll find this is not a place for local bumpkins.
Sir, remove yourself immediately, or I will have you removed.
I casually lift my gun.
On whose authority?
It's like reverse Karen.
Yes. I don't think your clearance is high enough to learn that name. Out of my way. Final warning.
The media reporter goes, maybe we should. And the cameraman is currently backing up towards the wall because he knows whatever happens, he ain't getting paid enough for this shit.
Yeah.
I suddenly empathise with this cameraman quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of sympathy for camera ops.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yes.
The epitome of I'm just doing my job.
Just doing my job, Governor, yes. So, that's going to be a resist coercion for him. Would you like to make your persuasion check based on that utter contempt? And I'm just seeing if there's any other skill that would work. No, it is going to be persuasion.
And that's my highest under social skills.
Oh boy.
So, it's only a 16.
Okay. Yep, that's going to take it. He does advance in front of you, but if you try and get past him, he's not going to necessarily argue. But he does get straight on his agent.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
I brush past to shove him out of the way for Naboo to continue on.
And Naboo nods at Dandelion.
Rude.
Thank you. And, just very, thank you for performing as expected. And
You'll love it.
I think Naboo gets VIP today already.
Steen is basically shuffling over to one side, kicking back, and is lighting something that smells a bit peculiar. But he's not going back in. He's had enough.
As we pass the guy that works here, I'm gonna ask if he knows, Capra. If Capra's inside.
Never heard of him.
Oh, great! Have a good smoke break.
Makes note, has blown the gaff about the secret meet to a rando.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You do know when you have meets in places, it's not that because somebody works there.
Hey, I'm new at being a fixer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Are you new to life?
My life as a rocker boy has always been just talking to people.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah, I feel that Dandelion has been disarmingly honest. People don't realize that his actual honesty is just honesty, and assume that he's talking trash.
Yep.
I'd like to point out
multi-layered meanings.
My personality is friendly and outgoing.
Uh-huh.
That's fair.
Right.
I mean, you can still be a compulsive liar and friendly and outgoing.
Could, but compulsively honest is much funner.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Crimes against grammar.
Right with you, Dad. Right with you.
The least
I wasn't
of
going
our
to say
concerns.
anything. Yeah.
I mean, English itself is a crime.
Not
against
going there.
Mhm.
Not getting
That's
into
something
that
for a whole
because
different podcast.
Yeah.
that is
Anyway, yes.
yes, that is a whole different situation. Okay, would you like to actually move Dandelion's token then?
Yes. Sorry, I was looking at thing. Where did I go? Oh no!
Yes, after
Dandelion
your Capra's there,
teleport
after your Capra's there, he basically turns to where the rest of us are sneaking in and winks really, really obviously.
Yes!
It's like, good luck, guys.
He said he doesn't know him.
Yeah.
You'll have to have a look around.
Okay, Dandelion is not a complete idiot.
No, we wouldn't dare imply anything of the sort.
No, he's not a
The
complete
operative word there
idiot.
is complete.
He's an unfinished idiot.
Poor man.
He's an
poor
idiot
man.
in progress.
Oh,
Aren't we all, though?
I was
This
just
is
say,
what-
yeah, aren't we all in that state?
Yep.
yes.
Right. Okay, so you enter the warehouse doors through the civilian entrance past at the loading dock. Also, I'm looking at that crate, at that pallet, thinking that's a shitload of pallet wrap they've got around there. But that's just
Yeah.
me. Right. Back to those who are headed up the stairs. Duck and Hideo and Cad. And indeed Electrum. Would you like to place your characters in position? The door at the top of the stairs is shut.
Okay.
Like locked shut or just Apparently
It's
closed.
there's no handle on this side, and it's marked up as a fire door.
Oh, goody.
one of those doors? How dare the future still follow safety conventions?
I mean, we should be. To be honest, I'm actually surprised that the people who own this warehouse actually had the the money and the confidence to pay for such safety features in the first place.
Physical or electronic lock?
Physical.
Electrum takes a look at it, reaches into a pocket, reaches into his bag, and pulls out a roll of security devices.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say like a pin and a screwdriver, and we could go into like a mini game here.
Yeah, I mean, these are physical lockpicking tools. I do have pick lock.
That's the point. I need to practice. I've got a lockpicking training kit. I've got it over there. I need to actually start using it.
Does anybody else have a pick lock skill?
No.
I'm not there.
Unless you count the 10mm picklock skill.
Okay. Electrum goes over to the door, takes a look, and attempts to pick the lock.
Yep.
Right, okay.
While he's doing that, does anyone else up there want to make me a perception check, please?
I'm also, before I do that, I want to just check if it's alarmed.
Oh! Bastard.
Yeah.
I mean, basic security
Yes, I
protocol,
know, but I was hoping you'd forgotten. Okay, in that case...
do I need a perception
no, you
check
don't,
for that?
you don't,
Okay.
because you know what you're looking for.
I rolled
Nice.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. Well, 20 will do it. Yeah, there is a fine wire running along the top of the door and into the frame. It's been overpainted a couple of times.
Okay.
So it's harder to see, but yeah, you're guessing that's an alarm wire. If this is a fire door, that presumably triggers the fire alarm.
Yeah.
Before he gets anywhere close to touch the door, I will tap Electrum on the shoulder and just point up at the wire.
I nod. How high is it?
It's about 6 feet.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's 6'6".
Yeah. Is it able? Can I disable it when I'm doing my pick lock, or do I have to get somebody else to?
No, you can't disable it while you're doing the pick lock because it runs through the top of the door and the lock is at the normal height.
Sure.
Normal waist height.
What would we need to disable the alarm?
You would need to bypass the wire because if it is as simple as a fire alarm, it's going to be a brake wire to trigger the alarm.
So
cool. Can I advise somebody to basically put pressure on it so that it doesn't break?
If Hideo has security tech, he can have a go.
Let me check my list of stuff.
Sounds like a good idea.
I do indeed.
Cool.
In that case,
I ask Hideo to help out here then.
In that case, I will move Duck up here out
Is
of the way.
that like a standard roll when you're helping someone?
Yeah, just make a normal roll.
Yeah, I'll move out of the way so we can give Hideo and Electrum some room to
Just
maneuver.
got visions of the chair is now going up on tiptoe, and the legs are getting really close together in the middle.
It could be one of those. It could be one of those ones where it has like 3 wheels and a triangle, and so they like.
Oh, they're funky.
Yeah, those sort of ones, so they can go upstairs.
This, however, is definitely a catachicoma.
At least it's not nearly as creepy as those drudges, the horse/dog looking robots for carrying shit in the military.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are creepy.
They're weird. They're weird. The headless dogs, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Boston Dynamics are interesting.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if that was part of the design philosophy. Is something makes something that actually is slightly unnerving to any op4 that encounters.
What does appeal to me though is that it's written into all the contracts with Boston Dynamics that they are never allowed to be armed. They're never allowed to be weaponized. That's part of the sales contract, because they're never actually sold; they're rented. That's part of the contract, and it basically voids the contract completely if you do. And they will basically just shut them down. Take them back.
Pick lock. The pick lock is 17.
Right, that's fine. There is a satisfying thunk, if slightly rusty. And the door snicks. It isn't open, but the door is unlocked now.
So now we just need to wait for Hideo to get the security tech roll.
The door does open outwards towards you. There is no handle on this side.
Of course.
How you handling that?
Crowbar.
Yeah, I mean...
Crowbars are noisy.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you just slide under it and pull, I guess. But
Metal sliding into metal.
no,
But
And
under
then-
like,
We
unless
have an
there is
umbrella,
literally
right? Couldn't we, like,
there's literally no gap.
Hold on a second.
Suggestion.
Does
for next
anyone
time.
have gum?
You're not there.
I mean,
Suggestion
although
for next time we do this: we buy a door handle and stick some magnets on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen what they use for carrying window glass?
yeah,
Wait,
one of the
do you reckon the tool hand comes with like some kind of suction thing?
You know it might do.
I don't really know what's included under tools.
What's
Toolkit,
included
to
under
be honest.
tools is pretty much anything that would be useful and not ridiculous.
yeah. So
And
suction like suction fingers would actually be very useful.
Yeah.
yeah, or magnetic fingers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially when dropping things behind cracks in the workshop.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean,
if
there's,
only someone here had a tool hand.
What?
Yeah.
both?
I mean, there's precedent in the real world with magnetized screwdrivers. I
Yes.
think, which
Oh
are
yes, magnetized screwdrivers. Always a crapshoot when using them to build your computer.
This
Oh,
is
God.
true.
Actually, yeah. So yeah, I push my tool hand up against the wall and just look at Hideo. Ready when you are.
That sounds fun.
Okay. And you can
Synchronized
coordinate the
timing.
pull. I'm just going to go 3, 2, 1.
And then the alarm goes off.
Well, did you make your roll? Is the
It's
I made the roll. I need to do the maths.
okay.
Oh, 15, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Right, the door responds to your magnetic fingers. You tug, it comes open just enough for Duck probably to get his fingernails under the edge and pull it open fully. There is indeed a push bar on the other side,
Okay.
which is the traditional way of unlocking it.
But only if you're on the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, look, in our experience so far in this game, nobody has used the traditional method of opening doors.
I know, I thought it'd scare you.
Mhm. Yes. Eventually, you're just going to create a door that cannot be opened by any other means than the normal way. It's going to just stump us completely. Okay, so the door opens. Have we disabled the alarm yet?
The door, yes, the alarm was dealt with. It is fine. The alarm
Good.
does not go off that you can hear.
Well, we
Oh,
can hear.
that
Well,
we
yes,
can hear.
thanks for adding that detail and that classic GM fashion.
Nice qualifier.
Well,
Well,
I am basically going to be scanning once
All right.
once we're inside. So
Okay. Yeah. So
any
basically,
any open port and also see if any other security systems have been alerted.
Right. So, if you'd like to move yourselves in, the platform you're on is a walkway that leads around the top of the warehouse. There is indeed a flight of stairs leading down into the body of the warehouse.
Yep.
The shelves are racking, which is between 2 and about 6 meters high,
okay.
and stacked with an assortment of boxes and crates. The bottom of the stairs are almost completely blocked off with a load of heavy boxes.
Yep. Ironically, a fire hazard. But there you go. So that's fine. So we won't be getting down that way unless we can squeeze through the gap or make a jump that could break our legs.
Yeah, I mean, you could hop over the railing, it's fine.
I mean, there's another set of steps on the other side of the.
Yeah, I don't remember actually. I think because that's right. Yeah, Duck has cyber legs, so I think he can avoid taking full damage.
Okay.
It's only like 10 feet, right?
How
If you
how
head down
well
the
lit
stairs,
is the interior? Is it as well lit as the map
It is as
showing?
well lit as the map is showing. I did consider it, but I decided not to do a line of sight. Partly because I didn't have time,
Fair.
but mostly because I just decided that I preferred to have a fight in the open.
Yes,
Sorry, a few to wander around in the open.
Well, if it's as well lit as that, then basically I think we can all see, and I can see that the stairs are blocked off. Going down is going to lead just to nowhere. It's just a raised platform. So basically, the only way to go would be across the gantry at the top.
I got a question for line of sight in there.
Yeah.
Is the railing above the racking, or is the racking above the walkway?
The railing is above the racking.
Okay, so they have a big line of sight.
Yeah.
Question: can we tell from? Are we able to determine where the gunshot came from?
Somewhere in this building.
Yeah, that's like we've actually been in there at the time to get that much detail. I think.
Yeah.
Even then, warehouses echo madly.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just drafting in my knowledge of warehouses from like B&Q warehouse shops, from stock taking, and just you needing scaff towers to go up and down the shelves.
Okay. So,
where the boxes block off the stairway exit, are they also stacked lower than the gantry and railing?
Yes.
Or... Okay, so we've got line of sight clear across.
Yeah. Yeah, those boxes come up about 3 meters for the highest point.
Okay.
And how high is the gantry off the floor?
The gantry is 8 meters.
Okay.
Okay.
I actually did my homework and was working out ceiling heights and things because I am that tragic.
No, that you are that detail oriented.
Because you know that is a question that players will ask.
Honestly, that's why I did ask, because I figured you had things planned out for how high the shelves are. Because where I work, the shelves are all the way up to the ceiling.
I've seen pictures. I've never been there, but I have seen pictures of the Harrods distribution centre, and there you actually are taken up on cherry pickers to get stuff down from the top shelves, and there have been instances of the cherry pickers getting stuck.
Yep.
Yeah, once you get the cherry picker up too high, it gets stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Duck will do his best to move low and quiet across the northern gantry then.
Okay. Right. I will take, I believe it's sneak. Stealth.
Okay, yep, I shall roll stealth. Give me a second. Hopefully this will go okay, says jinxing it. Ooh, it's 10.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Close
Lovely.
up. 7,
Nice.
17 plus
Fabulous.
my base is 31.
Duck is our ninja.
Yeah. Yes, Duck ghosts his way, doing the
Duck.
soft shoe shuffle in his plimsolls.
Yes, Duck Ghosts, not Duck Goose.
Yes. Duck, go. No, wait, hang on.
Where do I get to?
It's going to be 2, 4, 6. What's your speed?
My speed is... My move is 7.
Yeah, move was actually what I meant. So 2, 4, 6, about roughly there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Before everybody else either has to come with you or make a decision as to what they're doing.
Fair enough. I've just left them all behind. It's like, I'm doing...
Yeah.
I move faster on my own.
Fast alone.
Um,
I am the knight.
Yes.
One
Is
selection
that
is
array of boxes completely blocking the bottom, or is there a way to squeeze through there?
You can squeeze through. A person can squeeze through very easily. Along around the bottom railing. The top, they unfortunately abut another row of boxes, so you basically have to parkour over the other boxes at the top. But you can come down quite easily. Hideo might have more trouble, and probably will be easier for him to climb over the railing if he wanted to do it.
As soon as Electrum get inside, I want to do a broad spectrum ping.
Okay.
I want to find any access point or computer.
Okay. Right. I'm not going to make you roll for that one. It's a fairly standard action. So what you pick up on is it's not accessible, but it shows on the edge of your range that there is a microprocessor private access point.
Whereabouts?
Almost ahead of you and slightly to your left.
Okay, I think you're going to have to ping on the map because I can't.
Oh no! This is unfortunately where.
Because I don't. Because when you say ahead of you, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, good point. No, that's
what
fine.
you mean.
That is fair enough. So we're on draw mode and.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So when you say there is a gap to squeeze, as in, is it possible to go down the stairs and squeeze around the gap at the top of the box?
You can go at the top, but the top then you would need to also climb over some other crates afterwards.
That's certainly what I'm intending to do.
Okay.
Do I need to stealth roll down the stairs?
No, you don't. Hideo, what kind of feet has your chair got?
It only has the standard feet. Whatever standard feet
So
the
it
chair
doesn't
has.
have the grip pads yet?
Not yet. That is
Okay.
on my shopping list, right next to the wheels and various other things that I want for the chair.
That's fair. Right. Okay, yep. There's about 50 centimetres clearance at the top and the bottom. It is
So
indeed
if
a fire
I
hazard.
was to try climbing over the railing, where would I end up?
You would end up on the square south of...
Okay. In which case, I'll do that, because that's a nice open space there.
That's actually going to be easier. But does mean you need to roll me a stealth roll.
That's fine. I'm sure I can be stealthy in my large mechanical object.
No, it's fine. It's not too bad. It's just there's a bit of a clunk when you land.
Oh dear.
It's a good thing that it's not actually using the body, because that would be problematic.
Yes, it's.
Is
it's
that
not...
actually a
Okay, I
walking
did really
bot,
well. I got 20.
Nice.
or is that a drone, Drut?
What?
What you called a spider bot earlier? Is
Yeah.
it like a hovering drone, or does it walk around on those?
What, that you can't see? I don't know.
I don't know.
You're not there.
I'm not looking at anything.
No, you're not there, and
Yes.
nobody can see it, so that's fine.
Yes, we're not. Yes, we're not able. Sadly, we're not able to metagame at this point.
Yes.
I'm not.
I
It's just
never met a
interesting.
game I didn't like.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that is blatantly not true on this channel. We have
Oh,
very
dear.
strong opinions about
Yes.
about games.
Yes.
Anyway,
Oh, face
it's-
noir. Right, so. Yep, you can. Did you make the check, Robinson, or rather, what did you?
Yeah,
roll?
I rolled 20.
Okay, so yes, your spider bot does indeed just hoik itself over.
Hooray for hydraulics.
Yes. I think it would, no, that would be pneumatics. Hydraulics much quieter.
I
Oh,
now
it's
have
a
a
virtual
mental
over the
image of
engine.
a steam-powered chair, and just like, you know, when the trains come to a stop
Yeah.
and they let out all the...
Yeah, the stealth check's just gone pear-shaped. Why, I'm venting.
All right.
Okay, so Duck is walking along perfectly happily on the top. Everybody else is kind of squeezing down the sides of some boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, back down at the southern entrance.
Yes.
Before we continue with us, do you want to take a mid-game break?
God, have we been going that long?
It's almost 2:30.
Oh, 18 past. So
Yeah.
Just over an hour, basically.
yeah.
Right. I think before I do, I will allow you guys entry into the warehouse proper.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Yay.
this actually brings you up onto the loading dock, and you can head in through the main entrance.
I think we're going to head down towards the south wall.
Okay.
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yep, giving me the maximum amount of scrolling I need to do. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, we're being methodical. We are starting, taking a left as we come in and going down to the end, and then we're going to carry on.
Okay, so there's a metric ton of cardboard there.
Yes.
What are your perception checks? Don't roll them, just tell me.
Don't roll. Okay. The previous perception or
No, what are your perception
Your skill.
bases?
your
skill base,
perception skill. Okay. Perception.
Here we go.
That is not human perception. Okay, 12. But I would like to bring in my cyber eye with image enhancement for +2 perception, so 14.
Okay.
Where? Oh, there it is. 10.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. Right.
That moment when the GM says, "That's fine,"
That's all good.
and your heart stops. What have I not seen?
It's okay.
Oh, God.
My heart won't stop till there's a bullet in it.
Your reassurances are having the opposite effect. But
Oh, I am sorry. Okay. Yes, you make your way around that corner, assuming you're both heading in that direction.
Yes.
As you round the corner, Shard sees nothing but Naboo with her beep, 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 $6 million man eyes. Sees movement up on the top gantry.
Okay. I will grab Dandelion and indicate movement and try to slow them down, and so that we can perhaps hide right at the corner and observe the motion.
Okay.
Try to figure out what it is.
Okay.
Right.
Friend or foe or neutral.
Okay. And back up at the top. Where are people going in the next minute, roughly?
I'll be following behind Cad, and once Cad is through, basically heading towards the electronics that I detected.
Okay. And Hideo? Who's managed to get himself in a slightly weird position.
yeah, I'm trying to work. Am I going to have to go down to get round?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was like, I can't really go through that, but then like going down seemed counterintuitive.
Yeah.
That is my only option.
Yes. Come on, if you've never been in an IKEA, you think you have to go down and left to go that way.
How far
left,
can I
turn
move
right.
in the chair again? I forgot to write it down.
It is...
Your move is base 5, isn't it?
I believe it is. Hang on.
Have the rules somewhere.
Cyber chair. I normally have it open, and I completely forgot to, sorry. Oh, please. Spider cyber chair. Dippity, dippity. Move 5.
It is 5. Okay.
And you can run if you want.
Yeah, how far would running take? It's double,
Doubles.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I've forgotten what scale this map is on now.
2 meter squares.
So...
So
Actually,
a
I'm
run,
just
a
gonna
run would
move
take you
6
just out.
here.
Yeah.
Because then I can look around just in case.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Rotate myself.
Yeah, I don't think facing is something we're really going to be able to do on here. So
No.
Yeah, but it's just it helps me keep track.
Yeah, that's cool. That's absolutely fine. Get rid of that.
Cad, I guess you're moving through as well.
Well, not that far. Because I can't see round the boxes, I was only going to go as far as here, and then see what opened up from there, see if I could see anything before actually stepping out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm following behind you until you basically step out.
Do you need a stealth roll for clambering across the boxes?
Yes.
Thought you might. You might want to rethink that, Chrono.
Oh, really?
Okay. So that brings my total stealth roll to 4.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because I rolled a 1 and then a 5 down.
Oh,
I mean, it makes sense. You don't want your medics to be quiet and ninja-like. You want them to be like, "Hey, get out of the way! I need to fix these people."
Uh-huh.
Well,
I mean,
Which is pretty much how CAD was built.
Yeah, the two are not necessarily mutually exclusive.
Stealth is alien to CAD.
true.
Uh-huh. Right, having done that,
oh, I see.
does that. That's, actually, you do, yeah. You're high enough.
Oh, lovely.
What you see is a very, very, very fast-moving shadow.
That sounds terrifying.
It does.
Looks remarkably like an outline, just cut in space. Just black
This is
in
how
black.
horror movies start.
Head up and stop at the top of that row of racking.
Yikes.
Oh my. So pretty much right on top of where the other two are.
The other two are just below you.
Yeah.
The figure is on the next row of racking along to the left.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So you're the only person in the position to have seen them appear, and that's only because you've got the elevation.
Yeah.
You see a change in the shadows.
I think.
Wide reflexes.
What? Sorry?
Wide reflexes.
Yeah. I think
Are you going to ping us and let us know?
that was my intention. Is again, as quiet as possible. Just get the get his agent and ping them something to the effect of, something on racking ahead for waiting to ambush you.
Okay. On receiving that, I, based on where I saw the processor, is that actually an access point? Can I tell that it's an access point now? Or?
That is not a... Well, that is an access point, but it is not an access point for the building. It is a single item access point.
Okay, I am going to try and connect to it
Okay.
from where I am, because I should be within 6 meters.
Okay. Help me.
Where are my interface rules?
Yeah, that's what you're
Am I basically going to need my net running stuff?
It's
Or
not
is it-
a net architecture.
Okay, so
It
this is going to be
is
on security.
Yeah, you are connecting to a demon.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we are in a horror movie.
Okay, so this is So because what I'm hoping is that this is going to be the control point for the warehouse security.
Oh, you can keep on hoping that. You can
I mean,
definitely keep on
again,
hoping that.
because I haven't looked at the thing, I don't know
Yeah.
what that is. But in theory, I'm about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I attempt to connect.
Okay.
What do you want?
I would like you to make me an interface.
You want an interface check?
I want an interface check.
So straight D10 plus interface.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm basically looking for a handshake here.
Yeah, 13.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, there is definitely an access point there.
Mm-hmm.
You saw it, you went for it, and then basically a figure you couldn't quite see slammed the door.
Right. Behind me?
In front of you.
In front of me?
In your face.
Yeah.
You were nudging it open with your interface skill on a, hello, is anybody in? Can you talk to you about tea? And something kicked the door shut in front of you.
Okay.
Make me a perception check.
Sure. Ooh, 15.
Okay. Above you, you hear the sound of servo motors. And a light stepped. Chink, 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 chink.
When you say above me, as in directly above?
Above and ahead of you on the racking.
Okay. Can I then do... Okay, I'm going to ask for something, and I don't know if this is actually possible.
Okay.
So what I will do then is, having assumed that this is not then a security system that I can actually access, I'm going to try and send out a broad spectrum jamming signal.
Right.
Because if I hear servo motors, that sounds like a drone. I want to shut off any drones. And I presume this will be a security electronics check?
It will.
Okay. So yeah, hunkered down behind these boxes, can basically see Electron start pulling out various bits of various handheld devices and jacking them into his jacking them in either into his neural port or into his goggles, as he's struggling to try and find some way to bypass whatever the hell is going on in here. Okay.
Man, matrix code going off here.
Ooh, 21.
Okay. That's fine. So, you hear a zzz, chink, 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 chink. You have a feeling something just bypassed your jamming. And as you basically retune and attempt to reinstate it, you will, all of you up at the top, hear a voice say, "To se les escucha?" And we will go on break.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
I hang.
That doesn't sound like a name familiar to us.
Doesn't sound like the language I speak.
Thank you.
Same.
It's not, my pronunciation's not that bad, I checked.
Tu sei la squadra.
Yeah, I was actually about right. Hang on, that's also on the wrong setting. So, yeah, it depends. Do any of you speak Italian?
No.
No.
In character or
would
out?
assume
I'm
I
not
In
gonna
speak
make
the
character
language
only.
other than
I-
English.
I mean, I speak
I-
French, and I can
Yeah.
I can often get written Italian based on that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
in
haven't. I still
character.
haven't figured out what languages I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. That is an interesting philosophical question.
Although-
Nobody does speak Lithuanian. Probably not all that helpful here, though.
Not all that helpful, no. Not when trying to
Although,
identify.
as soon as it appears that somebody's speaking another language, Electrum is basically going to run a translation program on his agent.
Yep,
Of course.
that's fair. It comes out with "Are you the team?"
Mhm.
The team.
To say la
Also-
squadra.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm being summoned.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Yeah. I will
Okay.
take a quick break and give my response when I come back.
Yep. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Now that I'm spelling it differently in my head, it makes a lot more sense. La Squadra, because I heard La Gorgia. and
No.
What? Yes. Why? Yes, we are gorgeous. I mean, what are you talking about? But, okay.
Okay.
Nemo.
Knight, you okay to hold the fort for
I can
2
hold the
minutes?
fort for a few minutes and then.
If anyone has any queries, like what the hell are you doing and why are you ignoring half the rules and making shit up as you go along, you can ask Knight, but it's not his responsibility.
Nor am I likely to have the answers, but I'm here to hold the fort.
Yeah. Oh
So-
my god, the cat's upside down.
Interesting.
How are you doing that? He's orbiting. He's now lying with his feet in the air. It's very disconcerting.
Okay then. So yes, you wonderful people have me for the next couple of minutes while everyone else is refreshing their drinks and doing the do. Then I shall disappear. If there's anything that I can answer, I will. I think you spelt GM wrong. I think you put too many letters there, because that's what all GMs do in any game system. After all, the rules are really more of a guide, and most of the core books tend to say, if you don't like a rule, throw it out. So. So Drud is doing as GMs around the world do on a regular basis. Now, of course, Sod's Law being as it is, while we're taking a break, would be the absolute worst time for someone to raid. So I'm expecting a raid to come in the next 2 or 3 minutes, just because it's the worst possible time for it to happen. Yeah, exactly. They do. They do. I think every rulebook I've ever read has said, if there's something that doesn't cover, make it up. If there's something you don't like, change it. So I don't think I've ever gamed with anyone that's run completely rules as written. You've got me thinking now, though. Excuse me. I think anyone's run rules as written. Although Fish, as someone that has created and run their own system, I would ask you, for Obsession or Axe, do you run those rules as written, or do you improvise and make up stuff as you go along, sort of riffing off your own rule set?
Why do I feel that if Chatty had a indicator, it would be fish not fish is typing?
It probably would, yes.
It would, almost certainly.
Yeah, I mean, surely even the crunchiest of rule sets is not going to be able to handle and anticipate every single option or
Almost certainly
action.
I have just heard the phrase challenge accepted echoing through the world.
Oh dear. Yes. Okay. Probably in an infinite universe, that could happen. Yes. But very difficult to achieve, very difficult to implement, I would think.
It is almost impossible to catch every edge case.
Oh, yay! I think that is the first ever use of the oh dear emote. Yay! Thank you.
Oh, we have an oh dear emote.
I have an oh dear
Ah,
emote.
brilliant.
All of you do. Yes.
But if there
I
are
will-
people that are
Yes,
back,
I am back.
Yeah.
If
should
folks,
disappear off.
Yeah.
Like a minute or two.
if folks in chat do have any questions about characters, what's gone on before, coming into the middle of this, I am more than happy to talk about Electrum or anything that we have done so far.
Fish, should I take offence at the I'm doing that because I'm a drut and that's what I do?
I have no idea what that's in relation to.
Making shit up as I go along.
You mean a GM? I'd say that is a basic GM skill.
It is, yeah. It very much is. I am actually paying attention to the rules. I do have them open in front of me.
Oh yes.
I mean, I try. I mean, for most games, I do try and run rules as written, but you know, there are plenty of times when it's like either the rule does not exist,
Yeah.
or is a bad rule.
I don't think I've ever actually bought a game that has remained unaltered between buying and running for the second time. First time,
second time,
maybe,
yeah.
but yeah. There will almost always be a little pencil note somewhere in one of the margins saying, "Don't like this, do it like this."
Exactly.
Don't like the armor system from this edition. Use the armor system from first edition. That sort of thing.
I don't think I've thrown things out that wholesale, but then most of the campaigns I have run prior to the last few years have generally been D&D, so it's subject to hack, you know, a general hack at any point. But the base mechanics, I don't think I've ever really thrown out.
Rules as intended rather than rules as written. Actually, that's it, Fish. And I was thinking specifically Shadowrun on the armor rules. We did not like the armor rules for 4th edition, so we just drafted in either 1st or 2nd editions.
I know a lot of a lot of folk who have run sci-fi settings and such have tended to hack like hit points and things to run off like the old Star Wars D6 system, because that's proved very versatile
It has,
when it comes to things like armor and vitality and health.
I can see that. Your Westgate Games. Oh, this is fun. Yep, the shakes have set in from too much caffeine. Woo.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Just...
If you do need to call the session early, do
I have a point I need you to get to.
Okay.
Because there's likely to be a big gap. Oh God, the trading rules. Oh yes.
I mean, we're well aware that, like, also designers who are supposed to have proofread things and such haven't.
Yes, and when you know what it's supposed to say, and you've seen it in print so many freaking times, it's easy to overlook mistakes that you've made that you thought you fixed.
Word blindness in, like, I remember when I was proofing insurance policy document wording. So I could have looked at something. By the time it went to final print, I probably looked at some of those documents 20 times, and I still missed something because I had gone word blind.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I've been looking at the same 200, 250 chapters on a 4-year cycle for the last 20 years.
Wow.
So it's yeah. I mean, they're updated, but still things that I read back in 2005, for instance. I'm not going to read with the same accuracy as new stuff.
Active reading takes so much longer than just reading.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because your brain fills in the gaps.
I will try, like the last proof I do, I will try and actively read, but it can be so difficult to get your brain to believe that you are actually doing an active read as opposed to a passive.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the brain works off cached images. I think it's great.
Yes.
Which is why you don't notice when someone has their hair cut.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, prosopagnosia aside, but
yeah. But that's why it's a standard thing to not notice that someone's had their hair cut. It's not just that you don't notice, or you notice there's something different, but you're not sure what. It's literally your brain's going, oh, I know what this person looks like.
Yeah.
And they're not bothering to show you the image of what your eyes are actually giving. They're just going, yeah, I know what this person looks like. Fill in the, got the gap here. We can carry on, move on. And it's only when someone points it out and you actually look and you go, oh, hang on a minute. It's 4 inches shorter and it's a different colour. What's going on? And it's not that you're unobservant. It's just your brain is saving processing power, for want of a better term.
Yeah.
I tend to notice it when people have haircuts. And I may not always say something, but maybe that's because I have difficulty remembering people's faces and names, and so I don't have them cached as well.
I think you're looking, my mum does. She has mild face blindness, which does make it funny when people she was at school with walk up to her and say, oh, hi, and she's like,
oh God, no, that would be a nightmare.
Where do I know you from?
Never.
Do I know you? Are you a parent of one of my daughters, of my friends? You know, that sort of thing.
There are ways to train the brain around the cache, though. I mean, that's kind of what perception is meant for in games.
Yes.
Because if you are actively processing intentionally versus just letting the brain do its thing, you catch it more often.
Exactly. And as Fish said, only a small percentage of sensory input is actually processed in normal use.
Thank goodness.
Which is one of the reasons you go smell blind. And indeed sound deaf, for want of a better term. When you can start ignoring annoying repetitive noises.
Audio cancellation.
Audio cancellation. Is it going to again? That's I think that's a you thing, which is probably quite good.
Yeah.
But in some ways, there's got to be a payoff for it.
That's one, like, because I can't use like white noise generators because they are very, very irritating, and then I either tune them out or I just cannot tune them out.
Yes, and you start noticing where the loop is, and it's okay. Now it's coming to this, and I get it. Yeah, I fixate on it.
Yes, I'm awful if people play music on repeat. That gets me twitchy because I start waiting for the loop.
Oh yeah, machine hum and static does that for me. Yeah.
Yes.
When I first moved into this flat, the people downstairs, let's say they were not the greatest of neighbours. They moved out a week after I moved in, thank the gods. But for 3 days solid, they had the same track on repeat at full volume.
Oh no, full volume is the worst. No, it should not be audible. No, it should not be audible at all outside of your flat.
Yeah.
Out the person's flat who's playing it.
Oh, we have a restaurant like next to our building, and they are prone to playing music late into the night when you are trying to sleep, and it is very annoying. And Bryn doesn't hear it.
Oh no! Like, I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
No.
But non-annoying noises like that. Like I stayed in a hotel and there was a pedestrian crossing directly outside. Of course, every time anyone hit the button, beep 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 beep, beep day or night. The first night was really annoying. Didn't notice it after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It was just my brain went, is this a problem? No, right, okay, you don't need to hear this.
Yeah, those sorts of things I can filter out pretty readily within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, like traffic sounds or car horns or things like that.
Right. Who are we waiting? We've got everybody back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone refreshed. You're now above the pub and you need to leave at 6:30 a.m. Oh, yes.
Oh.
How's that working out with the double glazing, Fish? At least you've got the double glazing.
In which case, the language was audible, wasn't it? It wasn't just coming across on.
Sorry,
Sorry,
it's all right. I had to feed the cat because as soon as I moved, he was straight over by the food bowl with a but he hasn't come back in. So I am doing a concern. If I scream, it's because he's tried to climb me like a tree. Right, yeah. No, it was called out.
Okay. In which case, I respond back. I send the translation to everybody's agents, and then say "see," because I respond back in the language that they use. Because presumably it will tell me it's Italian.
Yeah.
Question: with the distance between us, Naboo and me are both still receiving agent messages, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, I don't respond. I just send the message to everybody's agent, and then let somebody else respond. Because that is not Electrum. Sorry, I inadvertently thought that Electrum was putting himself forward there. That wouldn't happen.
After
I'll speak. Okay. I'll speak into my agent and say, "Yes, we are."
Did you guys hear it?
No, they are at the far end
of
the warehouse.
Yeah, and we're also preoccupied by the mission that's detected. So it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, we'll do without you. Thank you. Yeah. Or maybe I'll glance at my agent to make sure you're not dying. But
yeah, it's up to Cad. So it's basically up to Cad or Duck
or Hideo.
Okay. If yes, when you said the top ones, I didn't know if Hideo.
Yeah, Hideo is in the vicinity.
Okay, but everyone's agent got a message saying we have been addressed with this message.
After a moment, the voice speaks again. Hodetta, sei la squadra?
I translate and repeat and send the message again.
It said, "Are you?" It says, "I said, are you the team?"
See.
When someone asks you if you are a god, you say yes.
So Cad responds.
Well, I figure it's my fault that whoever it is has seen us, so I might as well be the one that calls a voice so they know where I am at least, even if I haven't seen anyone else. So
the shadow that Duck saw steps out of the end of the aisle and says, "Per favore, in questo modo," and beckons.
I basically set up the translation on permanent and to send the messages to everybody's agent.
Please, this way.
Yeah.
I got the please.
Per favore. I have to remember it's per favore instead of por favor.
Yeah. Per favore. Yeah.
Fantasy grounds do not.
As I'm walking, I shall say quite calmly, "It would be helpful if you could speak English, please."
Oh, are you?
I run. Now that I know that it's Italian, I run Capra through the translation engine as well.
So, Abby? They just toss over their shoulder. At least you're assuming they toss over their shoulder. They quite literally are in a black suit, tailored, matte black boots, black gloves, black hair, and completely black skin.
Ooh.
And black matte shades.
The wonders
see.
of body sculpting.
Yeah.
Tech hair and tintable skin.
Lovely.
That's so cool.
They are very stylish. I like these guys. I'm going to have to use them again. But basically, yeah, they just literally looks like a cutout. It's like someone's been painted with Black 2.0. Which does do funny things to your eyes, because you're trying to see the outline, but you've got no shadows. You've got no depth.
Cool.
Sarabe, by the way, means would it? As a response to, it would be easier if you could speak English.
You know, when the legend said Men in Black, you really took them to town on that, didn't you?
There is a snort.
Really? Literally.
And you see a brief flash of teeth.
Presumably the teeth haven't been dyed black as well.
The teeth have not been dyed black. The inside of the mouth, yes.
Ah,
Only to show up the teeth even better.
yes.
Basically tech skin. They have a word with their agent and that's it.
But it did wonders for this generation's Blue Man Group.
So, I'm indulging my suspicions. Just found he's done something unspeakable on the kitchen floor anyway.
Oh.
Next to the litter tray.
Oh dear.
Right.
That's a power move right there.
It is. Okay, so he is. I say he. The voice is actually non-distinct. It sounds vocoded, so it's almost impossible to tell whether it's a man or a woman's voice.
So
But
it's
they
like
are
talking
leaving.
Daft Punk.
Kinda. They're leading you towards these stairs over here.
Well, I'm quite happy to follow them towards the stairs. I have no indication if the character on the map.
Yep.
If anyone's actually following me or not, but
Okay.
Electrum is.
I guess I'm gonna continue stealthing then.
I send a message to everyone, and following shadowy figure who is likely to be our contact with Cad.
The phrasing of that is great, Lars. Yeah, we're following a shadowy figure.
Itu amici si Urano a noi. Will your friends be joining us? And
you better ask them.
a thumb is jerked up towards the walkway. Watching me, watching you.
Quick note to Duck. You have been spotted.
Quick note to. Oh god, I've forgotten names. What I've written down. Quick note to Electrum. They probably mean you too. Come on inside. The water's lovely.
Oh yeah, like as in I am following behind you basically. I am sticking to your shadow.
Okay. And after revealing that he's fully aware that Peyton's Duck is up there.
Yep.
E tuo bambino sulla sedia bisogna di aiuto? Does your child in the chair need help?
Ooh.
Burn.
If if I understood that, I'd be
Alright.
very angry.
Oh no, you are getting this message as he says it.
Oh, okay. So I'm getting the translated version too.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Including Naboo and Dandelion. I've basically set up an auto relay. Yeah.
Yep. This is
Alright,
Between our
Well.
agents.
don't go insulting the team. The team is family. We don't mess with
Why?
family.
Why is my agent buzzing so much? God.
Well, that's up to you. I've told people to keep their agents on.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
it's fine. I'm honestly keeping radio silent because I can't do anything to help.
Yeah.
But also, if you're coming down this direction, we'll just go up the stairs on our own to follow you in from the other side.
Okay.
After you make that crack, Knight, they stop, turn, and say, "Si, capisco la familia." Yes, I understand family.
I think Duck, having had the game being up with him, there'll be a moment, and then next to Electron behind him, we just see Duck who basically have jumped over the railing and land next to him.
Nice. When that came through on our through the translation, did that family have a capital F?
Only if your
When
agent
does
makes
the car break
assumptions.
through the wall?
Are you making your way through and around?
Such a moment of righteous anger just burst through all the cardboard.
Oh, my
The Kool-Aid
flammable oh no, my flammable rag shipment. Should have popcorn instead of those.
Why didn't you say that to my face, you human raisin?
Okay, yeah, so unless somebody does something dramatic, you will be led up the stairs onto the central gantry.
Electron follows, but I'm just moving my token, but I'm following behind Cad basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. What's Hideo doing?
I'm just gonna keep going round, I guess.
I do a quick sketch on with my stylus. Actually, no. Hideo will have seen from the top gantry what the layout is, so he should know how to walk around.
Yeah.
Like how best to get here.
There is another set of stairs at the far end of the gantry, near the loading dock. That might be your fastest way to get up. Hideo. If I zoom all the way out.
Yeah, sort of down near where we are, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I see the ones you mean now.
Yep.
The ones down there.
Yep.
I'm guessing I can't do that in one movement.
You can't do that in one movement, but we're
No,
not in battle. We're
not
not
in
in
combat.
rounds or anything here.
Okay.
We are literally just. They are sauntering.
We are gathering the party.
Yes.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
We are gathered here today.
I assume, given the directions they're giving us, Naboo, that they're heading towards that office up there, where you saw movement.
Okay, that makes sense. But I think I would like to not reveal ourselves, as it were, until we know for sure what the movement was, and perhaps until our friends are a little bit closer.
So if I go down, I can join up with these two, right?
Yeah.
That would probably make the most sense.
That would also draw attention to us because they don't know we're here yet, as far as we know.
But they don't. They
Well,
won't
yeah, but my
necessarily-
other alternative is just going to the stairs and revealing you anyway, so...
I mean, no. I mean, because you can just go down to like where the wall is, come across, and then up the same set of stairs that we're going, basically.
Yeah.
It's a choice, basically.
I shall count squares and see what's fastest.
Oh my goodness.
There's probably not a lot in it, save for the fact that we're walking towards that office anyway.
Yeah.
And that will be faster coming down through the.
And
second
rather than hitting them, you basically head to underneath the walkway and just head to the. This is where an alphanumeric grid system would come in really handy.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
I'll
that,
go for B4.
Yes, you have to overlay
I don't
one
think I've
yourself.
ever-
My battleship.
I was waiting for someone to say that.
I don't think I've ever actually put an alphanumeric system on any of mine squared maps.
Yeah.
I just thought that would be useful. Yeah.
And still, somebody shot somebody in here.
Yeah.
I'd just like to point out,
For now,
I
I'll
apologise,
just
my
move my
Italian
token there
is
and work out where I'm
execrable.
going.
However, I have got this scripted out in English, and I'm using Google Translate for the Italian.
Yeah.
My Italian pronunciation is not as bad as it used to be because I'm relying slightly on the Spanish. So at least I've got the Romance language end of things. Right, so... Cyber sunk my cyber battleship. Cyber battle ship. Right, so they will lead you there. At which point, another black on black figure steps out from behind this box. Going by the outline, this one's definitely a woman. Judging by the silhouette. And you resist the temptation to go, who's that Pokemon?
Does CAD resist that?
Absolutely.
And the new person taps your guide on the shoulder and whispers something and then points down into the other half of the warehouse where you haven't been yet. They nod, as far as you can tell, and turn to you and say, por favor, stai zitto adesso. Please be quiet now. And they say that sotto voce. It's ironic, really, that the Latin gets drafted in there.
Electron basically ducks down behind. I mean, is this a large box?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Electron basically ducks down behind the large box then.
Yep.
Presumably, you're going to translate that for us.
Again, I've got an auto set. I've got the program auto set up.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So long as I can hear them, then.
Yeah. You've basically got an Italian-English dictionary. It's
Yeah.
not a full-on Google Translate because you're not hooked to the data pool at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's a fairly reasonable thing to have in Night City being a major melting pool.
Yeah.
Presumably, there's a little bit of satellite delay in it reaching through and then coming out to our
Yeah,
agents.
like I've very quickly written a quick script to do the auto translate myself.
Yeah.
I've had a program like this set up for ages because I've had to deal with other people. So
Quite possibly,
That makes
and
sense.
you just plug a different dictionary in.
yeah,
But you-
especially because of the way that Electrum generally communicates with other people is non-vocal.
Yeah. This is why I felt not too bad doing live Google Translates for it,
Yeah.
rather than writing things out in advance, because I figured that was probably what at least one of you was going to be doing.
Mhm.
So I thought that any errors it brings in, that's a perfectly reasonable translation error.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be anything fatal.
We hope. Yes.
Okay, so the new person heads back over here and then vaults over the side and lands silently.
Where can I get that? Where can I get that bit of cyber tech?
Yeah.
That's right. Cat feet. Okay. So, really, really soft shoes. Don't mess with Italian leather.
Does our guide indicate for us
That's
to
why
follow them
Jesus
further
is-
down
Yes.
the gantry? Or okay, right.
They carry on.
You know, Naboo.
But they indicate
honestly...
to keep to the right-hand side as you look at the map.
Naboo, I really just want to walk up the stairs and knock on the door. Like, wow, the open.
Naboo's not going to stop you if you want to do that, but she's going to hang out behind the big box and observe for a while.
Did you work out which way? Oh, he's going that way. Okay, that's fine. About this point, Hideo can be down as far as the big white box.
The big white box. Oh,
Yep, that's the one. And from there, you can see Electrum and Naboo. You have a choice now.
Is this big white box from future Amazon?
If
you zoom in on the logo, it's got like the little Amazon smile.
I know.
Okay, that was where you. They can now see Dandelion and me. Is that...
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Actually, it's one of these. Really does. It's a cargo aircraft only. I love all the barcodes, which, due to the fact I've been playing silly buggers with the sizing, some of those barcodes are about 6 foot across. And it makes you wonder what the hell they're supposed to be scanned by, except probably drones.
Yeah. Large print edition.
Yeah.
That's helpful. And as my eyes deteriorate as I get older, then I'm all in favor
very
of that.
Complicated barcodes. They contain all the information.
Ooh.
Hey, I discovered QR codes were coming back in for payment solutions. That threw me.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, Dandelion is going to move around to the stairs because he's not good at the whole stealth thing. He's getting bored.
Dandelion's basically causing trouble. Right, good to know. Okay.
That's fine. And Naboo just goes...
So, carry on down. And assume you're following the leader, the leader. Right, you can now see you are approaching an office door. There is basically a wooden-walled office at the end of the gantry, with windows extending over both sides. I say wooden. It's timbrine. It's woodish. I'm trying to remember what happened to timbrine, if that's what ended up being called MDF. But it was supposed to be something that a polymer that you could basically treat exactly as wood. It's freaky as anything. Thank you, Tomorrow's World. Right. So, assuming you're heading down there. Right. Okay. So, assuming you're following them, and where is Dandelion going? So you can now see people coming along the gantry.
I'm going up.
You're going up, and Naboo and Hideo, what are you doing?
I'm just going to be following after Dandelion, who's disappearing off around the corner.
Okay.
From my little corner, can I see the people on the gantry?
Nope, because you've got a socking great pile of boxes in front of you.
That makes sense, and
Sorry.
I would not even if I could see them, I would not necessarily be able to tell whether they were walking in a friendly or neutral group or.
Okay.
Actually, I will like periodically. I will send updates because actually at this once we get to the middle of the gantry, I will send a message to the others say this is where we currently are in the workshop, following somebody. Yeah.
Okay, then as long as I can be reasonably confident that you have not been captured and are being marched to your death, then
I'm not being marched to their deaths.
Probably not, but I will still hang out reasonably as discreetly as possible with my glowing hair and and understood. But you know, but I'm not going to be like, oh well, everything's fine then. But I'm going to get closer and want to observe and make sure that everything's safe before anything happens.
I send a message to Electrum to ping me if the person leading them raises their hand to knock, to ping me when they're about to knock, so I can theatrically knock at the same time.
Sure, Electrum is a little bit.
What's a drama llama?
Yeah,
Rocker Boy.
Electrum sighs
not anymore.
internally.
Fixer.
Electrum sighs internally and sends a thumbs up emoji back.
I just love how we all of our characters annoy each other on so many different levels.
We're family.
Yep.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh
I love
yeah.
that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, some of us won't admit that they were family, but yeah. Exactly.
Cat is the grumpy uncle.
or aunt,
Well,
actually.
Aunt.
Aunt. Aunt.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought Cat was
Uncle.
non-binary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle. Okay. Cool. And so, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I guess we're following behind.
Right.
Nabu is the person who should have grown out of her emo phase long ago, but is still stuck there.
But we love it for
Defiantly.
it.
Yes. And she loves all of you, and she doesn't want to say anything.
Oh,
Okay.
bless.
I guess,
Okay.
does that make Duck the long lost cousin?
Yes.
There's going to be like a flashback scene now where Nabu's like, it's not a phase, Mum! And then it will skip forward and the narrator will say, it was indeed not a phase.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I keep seeing movement out of the corner of my eye.
Oh.
And it's because
It's one of the men in black.
the animal keeps coming out into the hall, looking, mewing, and then going back. I'm not
Okay,
going in there. I'm busy.
Are the people in black based on Pippin?
I may have had him in mind for the number of times I've trodden on the little sod
Oh.
when sitting in black, wearing black, on a black background, with a little light that lights up black to let me know he's done it. Sorry.
Is this some kind of intergalactic hyperhearse?
Yes!
Oh, it's been ages since I listened to that shut
Ah, yes. But somehow it still embeds itself in the back of your brain and it's there at all
Yes.
times.
Always ready to be called upon the moment's notice
Yes.
by the likes of us.
Yes, British nerddom at least. Okay, so the figure in black stops at the door, knocks once, opens it. Dopodite. After you.
And I send the requisite message to Dandelion.
I immediately knock as well.
Ente. Dandelion is called. Here's a woman's voice. You have a woman's voice.
And
Okay. I am going to manually assume that Hideo and Nabu are heading up.
Yeah, we are
Or Hideo is anyway, yeah.
With the reassurance that we are not prisoners.
Okay.
Nabu
Right.
will come here. Stay near the
Okay.
door.
Right, yep, you are indeed in what is basically an office. It is filled with a certain amount of boxes. The corner desk is about right. Actually, they're not there. They're staying outside.
I see. I'm very familiar with this type of place.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me of my office and my desk currently in front of me.
I'm saying nothing about the state of my
It's
office
okay.
space.
It's not like I have several empty bottles of Lucozade I will one day eventually take down to the recycling.
But do you have a non-empty bottle of Lucozade?
No, I don't actually.
Oh no!
I haven't had one in a while because I don't like going outside.
Oh,
That is fair.
we're
So
not
the only
getting.
ones I get are when my mum sends me care packages.
Oh, hang on. Your mother lives in the same house.
Yeah.
It's a short distance care package.
Images of Amazon drones outside his window on the grounds that his parents then don't have to come in. His mum doesn't have to come in. Sorry.
It's more the fact that like I have to catch them when they're going up the shop if I want them to get me a Lucozade. Or my mum will just spontaneously decide that she feels like getting me a Lucozade that day, in which case I consider it a care package.
Oh.
That's sweet.
Okay. Is Duck staying on the gantry or is Duck coming in?
Doug's coming in. Sorry,
Okay. That's all right. I didn't want to assume.
No, he's part of the team.
Yeah, that's cool.
Even if he's new boy. So
Yes.
He's the one lost cousin.
yes, in the family, he's the new adoptee.
Yes.
The prodigal son.
Yeah, the prodigal son returneth.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that would imply that he like almost ruined the family at some point.
That.
No, he went off to seek his fortune.
Yes.
I thought it
Okay.
was the opposite. Wasn't it that the prodigal son took the money and then wasted it and then comes back?
I actually don't remember.
I
It is,
think
yeah.
that's how it goes.
Okay.
Because I think he had a gambling addiction, and then the family kicks him out, but with some money, and then he wastes it all gambling in some other country,
It's
and comes back when he's ran out, but then they forgive him.
Oh.
Yeah, not quite, but yeah.
I think I'm mixing it up, but I think that's
I
basically how it
think
went.
you are, yeah, I think. But that's far more interesting than the story in the Bible.
Oh, hang on, let me.
I had
Google
to
it
do
now.
RE, it was annoying.
I wonder what I'm mixing it up with.
I'm sorry. Most of my biblical history knowledge comes from art history.
Wish mine did.
Which, well, I mean, I was literally at university before I realized that Joseph, who had married Mary, mother of Jesus, was also the same as Saint Joseph. I thought that the little religious education I got was extremely Protestant, and they didn't do saints. And so I was.
Art history is definitely a lens to look at to learn that sort of thing.
UK RE tends to be a bit of a whistle-stop tour for the first 3 years of secondary school of world religions, just to give you an idea of what there is. It's, you know, it was kind of, well, we're doing half a term on Islam, then we're doing half a term on Judaism.
Yep.
Including reenacting various religious ceremonies, which I'm fairly sure were probably not the greatest idea, but on the other hand, it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
And they treated all the assorted religions the same, and then they got slightly weird about Buddhism and only gave us 2 weeks, which I was a bit miffed about even then.
At least you got to see the others.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did, yeah. It was interesting. And what was especially fun is our RE teacher was a born-again Christian, but she was very even-handed.
That's nice, actually. I mean, yeah, since I didn't really go to church except for a brief period when I was curious about it, that, like, 3 months or so, and then the couple of years in in elementary school where they brought in a Bible teacher every Monday, which was really, really weird because it was a state school. And I think that was illegal. But,
yeah, this is where it gets weird for us because RE is just a subject.
Yeah,
or RS, depending on what year you went to school.
I think I only had something like maybe three or 4 years of it, because
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
take it for GCSE.
My primary school didn't. My primary school didn't do it.
No.
And like actually no. What? Because technically, it would count. Like I had 2 secondary schools, so both of them did do it, but like only up until the age of 12.
Oh.
Because then it was a case of you have alternating RE and music lessons. So 1 week RE, 1 week music,
Yeah.
and then alternating. And then like you could drop it if you weren't going to do GCSE in it, which I think there were only something like 6 people who ended up doing RE GCSE.
Yeah, that's probably more than Clarendon managed. But at least one of them was the daughter of a vicar, so I don't think she had much choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, no, that's why it's always slightly weird when I hear Americans say, "Oh no, I learned nothing about religion in school," and I'm thinking, okay.
Well, they say that, but they don't really. I mean, we had prayer in school all the way up through high school. We had prayers before every football game, which I only know because I was in marching band.
Now there's something that does weird me out.
Yes,
Prayers anywhere except in morning assembly.
Yeah.
That's also a regional thing, because in the Northwest didn't have any of that.
Yeah. I mean, I went to high school in Southeast Georgia, coastal, and we still had school corporal punishment in the hallway right outside the door. So
wow.
Yeah, it was so not the most progressive of schools or environments.
I was right at the tail end of primary school on corporal punishment. I only got it once, which was the headmistress and a ruler on the hand.
Honestly, any sort of religious studies would make sense and be hand in hand with any humanities type study, so long as it wasn't specifically, we're only teaching you one thing. It's
Yes. See, I took courses like that when I got to university, and I loved it. But because religion is fascinating. I don't believe in any of it, but a lot of people do, and I want to see why they do. So, studying it as a subject, I love. But I'm sorry, I've completely derailed this.
No, it's fine. It's my fault. Sorry.
We've gone off on one of our usual tangents.
Well, to be fair, we've done actually quite well so far this evening. Right. Yes, standing in the office is a polished-looking woman in a very well-cut business suit.
By polished, do you mean her skin looks like marble?
I was wondering.
I mean, she looks like she recently stepped out of a salon.
Nice.
She looks like her wardrobe and grooming skill is considerably higher than all of yours put together. Okay. She opens her mouth, takes a breath, and then holds one finger up and says, "Un momento, excuse me." And slots Chip behind her ear.
Ooh.
Blinks hard. And says,
Odds on it's a language chip.
Exactly, it is. She does speak English, but she doesn't speak great English.
I want that. I want that for real life. Oh, God.
Yeah. The real life Babelfish would be.
Oh, yes. Oh, man.
May I ask the name of the gentleman who directed you here?
The allocator, that would be Tremaine, wouldn't it?
Tremaine. Excellent. She speaks to her agent, and the translation comes through as "stand down. They're okay."
Oh, good.
There is a brief burst of static, and a voice replies. You can't quite catch what it says. But she responds, "Monitor." So, let me just ascertain who I am dealing with.
Did we ever actually come up with a name for our group at all yet?
No, not yet.
No.
We're working on the
Or
name.
work at clinic,
Simple names
whatever
would
it
be
was called.
appreciated. I do understand if you wish to use colourful nom de guerres.
I'm Dandelion.
Mm-hmm.
Tap, tap, tap. My agent says Electrum.
And Naboo.
Mm-hmm.
Raw duck.
I love that voice.
She brings up her agent, taps a couple of times, and just checks the chip is seated.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Yes,
doesn't.
that is what he said.
Mr.
Yes,
Duck.
he doesn't dignify her with a clarification. So
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Looks at Cad.
Caduceus, I did say.
My apologies. So,
And
Hideo.
Hideo. If Hideo's not speaking up, I'll introduce Hideo for him.
Is he shy?
I'm busy looking at boxes.
Right.
So I was actually zooming in on every individual box to see what different.
Most of it is building supplies. There are a few cases, however, which appear to be complete household wiring kits.
Nice.
Basically, you would give that to your
I need
Sparks,
those for electromagnetism.
and you could do an entire household setup with one case of this
So
lot.
you're saying I could build a household-sized railgun? Excellent! I've always wanted to fire myself into orbit.
The obsession is real.
Hideo's not shy. Hideo's easily distracted.
Oh, good. Well, perhaps this will focus your mind a little. I have a job.
We were told.
Excellent.
Money.
This job will be quite profitable to you. There is a certain degree of peril, and it requires a degree of finesse. Are you capable of that?
yes.
Good. Excellent. Your task is to extract from an off-site test facility the test data for a currently running project and a biological sample representing the practical application of said test facility.
Are we breaking into Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Hardly.
Boring.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm sorry.
It was October. I was waiting for the sequel.
By now, it's probably the 10th, 20th sequel.
Oh, God, no, it's the... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4... It's the 5th sequel.
Oh.
Not counting the cartoon. Right. Sorry. So, yes.
Sorry, it was to obtain a sample of what did she say?
A
biological
biological sample of the application of the test data.
yeah, we're data and proof of what the results. Of the
Yes.
data.
Proof of concept.
Exactly.
Okay.
You will be stealing Project Capra.
Okay.
This is going to
damn,
require...
I was going to say, is that cats are a royal pain in the arse, but that would be Carper.
Capra.
Ringota.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what it looks like or what it's supposed to do?
Yes.
And my agent says, from whom?
Is that an essential part of the deal?
It'll help us assess what the security is going to be like, yes.
Excellent then. Biotechnica.
Ooh, fun. I'm in.
Mhm.
Yes.
It didn't take much to get him back on.
Yeah,
She-
and checking the title, it must be fun.
She comes forward and slots a chip into a tablet and starts bringing up some images. The off-site test location is a spa by the name of, she says, hang on, I'm going to the wrong file, Smooth Waters Farm Spa and Restaurant. Located to the east of Night City proper on the edge of the executive zone. Has a certain isolated quality that is useful for testing. They are producing and marketing a new designer drug to the clientele. And it is the manufacturer for that drug which you will be stealing.
Stealing's a strong word. I'd like to stick with extracting.
You can stick with extracting if you wish. I will call it stealing.
Once it's in your hands.
Oh, it will not be.
Full information. Milkshake is the name of this new drug?
It is. I do believe it's yet to go through focus group, however. But that seems reasonable. It is what the scientists are calling it.
Do we have any other name it might go by?
No, it's not been released onto the market except through this one test. And as a result of the delivery method, it is being kept entirely in-house and delivered to certain selected members of the executive community.
What's so special about the delivery method?
Well, you have to drink it.
I mean, that kind of fits the name.
She flicks through a couple of pictures and comes up with an image of a pygmy goat. About yay big.
That's a rare commodity.
Yeah.
This is one of the biological samples you'll be stealing.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Wait, what are we looking at?
Okay,
Really?
applause on the scenario title then.
Yep.
What's the title again?
The kids in the yoga hall.
It is essential that the specimen arrive alive and intact.
Are you going to be? Will the goat remain alive and intact after you're done with them?
Their only use is to be alive. They are living manufactories for Milkshake.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Does it come out of the udders?
It is indeed delivered in their milk.
That is
Not vegan, but
that's
oh,
style.
and
That,
it is.
I like this. At least this new drug has style. That's
yeah.
It's DNA tailored to each individual user.
Oh,
So each goat is only capable of supplying the full effect to one user, with some lesser effect on related bloodlines.
Is there a specific one you want us to get, or just any one of them?
Any one of them would do. The one that I hope will be tailored to one of you would be ideal.
How do we tailor one?
Well, what you do is you gain access to the spa by one of you joining. I am willing to finance the membership fees And also, she looks around at you and sighs slightly. Reasonable expenses for clothing. It's not unreasonable for a company executive to arrive with a team, but you would need to dress the part. And whoever participates in the spa events will obviously be going through yoga, so you will need, obviously, appropriate attire. And that's not something you can simply pick up at a bodega. I can supply you with certainly an address for a decent tailor.
You've got more of a qualified line on this than we have. Looking at us, which one of us, in your eye, makes the best candidate for the uplift to membership?
Let's give her a perception check.
This is when the NPC fails the perception check. It's the worst.
Well, my initial judge would be this Electrum person. However, I'm not convinced that they have the confidence to masquerade effectively as an executive rank.
Would I use my agent to the child of an executive?
Really? Oh, well, perhaps you can remember early lessons then. Not all will be lost. Otherwise, more suitably, I suppose, Naboo, you might scrub up correctly. You will obviously need to smarten your look. It's a matter of getting through the door. I can give you the layout of the spa and gym, but I cannot gain you access to the back rooms where the servers are located. For that, you will need access to the holding pens, and that's only granted to members who give DNA samples. You will need to join the spa, give the DNA sample, and then attend, possibly out of hours, to obtain the data and the animal. But might I recommend a daytime reconnaissance? An executive and their backup team? Perfectly acceptable. You would all need roles, obviously.
Having backup team / bodyguards, that's also when they're going in for their appointments too, yeah?
Exactly, yes.
/ personal physician.
Indeed. Oh, indeed, yes. You would be amazed how many otherwise rough and tough executives feel the need to look after their health in a very proactive way. Bodyguards are common.
I'm thinking Duck here would be one of the bodyguard types. We've got Cad being personal doctor. I can pull off being part bodyguard and also style advisor.
Yeah.
Stylist. Mm-hmm.
A stylist, yes, is acceptable. How are your haircutting skills?
What would those skills be?
Personal grooming.
Yep.
Oh yeah, my personal grooming is 9, so they're decent.
So yeah, so you would at least be aware of trends. I would assume you would function in some form as a PA. This is looking at Naboo.
Well, I say it would probably be better if Naboo is the lead here, and I will function and I can act as PA and advice on my previous lifestyle.
Etiquette advisor. Well, that is reasonable.
If that's what how you feel most comfortable, Electrum, then certainly.
And possibly apprentice. looking at Hideo. An executive trainee would be appropriate, I feel.
Oh man, we're gonna have to dress you up because you just don't take care of your look.
It's gonna be like night and day because we're going from like the shabbiest type of clothing.
We're gonna have to do up your hair too. It's getting a bit shaggy.
Internally, Electrum is smiling broadly.
And Naboo is beginning to realize this may not have been the best way to go, but it'll okay. Nothing will be permanent. It's okay.
Yeah.
However, I have one question.
Only one.
Biotechnica is rather famous for, cyberware, right?
Bioware. Biotechnology.
Yeah. Is it not a bit strange that I'm going to be waltzing in there on a large mechanical chair?
No, not really.
Because ostensibly I'm guessing that the facility is not labelled as Biotechnica.
It's a spa.
It's a spa. It does have Biotechnica facilities, obviously, because you would want the best. But it's not labelled as a Biotechnica drug testing facility. The users believe that they are drinking health drinks, and that is what causes the warm glow and feeling of general well-being that lasts until roughly their next session.
Kind of an upgrade from probiotics, isn't it?
Exactly, or specifically the day before their next session to encourage them to return.
Duck, I think at this point looks to our contact. Obviously, discretion is a must in the situation, but should the need for violence occur, should the bodies remain warm or cold?
It would be appreciated that should violence occur, an alternate reason for incursion be given. For example, simple theft. Perhaps some form of currency or equipment would be an appropriate target for lower grade thieves. Obviously, I would expect that any footage would be wiped as part of the data extraction.
I think in terms of stealing of other things like money, currency, or equipment, vandalism would also go well in hand with low-grade thugs coming in to break up something that is too fancy for their taste.
Exactly. You would need to get through the executive zone without attracting attention. How you leave is entirely up to you. I would prefer it if you could return the same way.
Of course.
The ideal is for the theft not to be discovered until the next day at least.
Are you are you also able to provide us with a vehicle, a suitable vehicle?
I can provide you with rental, and I can also provide identification for the faux executive. That will be good for 24 hours from first initiation. So from the first time it gets scanned, you have 24 hours to complete before that identity is burned. It's simply how fast Biotechnica can check it. The cycles won't go through for 24 hours. So you can use that to join. You can use that to join the spa, and then
they won't check again.
And then that identity will show as valid and check out correctly for 24 hours.
Does 24 hours give them enough time to
create the goat?
The goat.
Oh yes, that's merely a 6-hour at most.
Okay.
Frankly, you could join in the morning and be supping by the afternoon.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'm okay. I think I misheard that. So.
Okay. Basically, they could be drinking goat's milk by the afternoon of the same day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's fine. Okay. Hours. Okay.
Obviously, the faux identity I am giving you will show as having accessed the goat pen out of hours, hence the need to make sure it is irrevocably burned and therefore cannot be backtraced.
Does that identity also carry information for said personal troop?
Yes, obviously. To be honest, nobody's really that bothered about your employees. You will need to fill in their slots, but that will come as part of the package. I recommend you don't choose your real names.
That's a good shout, because I probably would have ended up.
Once we've acquired the material, where are we meeting up, or do we just contact you and set up?
You will not be contacting me. You will be contacted by Tremaine.
Okay.
You'll make delivery to him. As I said, you will need to ensure that the specimen remains alive and in good health, potentially for 24, 48 hours.
When you say good health, one assumes tranquilized is sufficient.
No. The animals are unusually susceptible to anesthetics. They can be tranquilized in situ, but only because they have been tailored to so do. You can, if you wish, attempt to retrieve anesthetics from the installation. However, I would not recommend using off-the-shelf brands.
That is helpful.
It's a
The
defense
idea of carrying a live and kicking and butting goat, no matter how tiny.
They might be docile given the environment that they've been raised in.
Yeah, and we can make friends. I mean,
you will get to know your goat.
Yes, exactly. I do not want my goat to be hurt. Thank you.
I'm sure she will be perfectly acceptable.
Okay, now I want Naboo to put together a carrier bag, like for very small dogs, and just have the goat head sticking out from under her armpit.
Make it comfortable for the goat. We'd have to have 4 holes in it for their legs to hang out of.
Have you seen the people getting their dogs on the New York subway?
No.
Photos. It was declared that only dogs that could fit in bags could be going on the New York subway.
Yeah.
So they had things like German Shepherd in an IKEA bag with the 4 corners cut out.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and like a pibble, basically in a big duffel bag, just with his head sticking out. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that rule stayed in place very long. But obviously,
I note that there is not an animal handling skill in this system.
Gosh.
There is. Animal handling is under education skills.
Oh, is it? Yes, sorry.
Oh.
I did see. Yes.
Oh.
Sorry.
Not that you've got, though.
No. None of us would have that.
My base animal handling is 6.
I mean, mine's 7.
Okay,
So, you're being hired to
8 for me.
perform a net run. Because that's how the data is going to have to be extracted. And also to steal a goat. Admittedly, a 30 centimetre high goat.
Yep. Okay.
A 30 centimetre high, personally coded drug goat.
Yes.
Better than a drug mule.
Yes.
I mean, she could have literally made them mules.
I just like
I have
goats.
so many questions.
They're actually not
in
a bad
or out
solution.
of character.
They're actually not
Out
a
of
bad
character,
solution.
admittedly.
And
I'm just wondering what the hell Drutt was taking when she came up with this scenario.
I was watching a program on tissue
piggy goats?
rejection.
Oh.
And I've known that pigs for ages have had human DNA inserted into, obviously for test purposes, for things like hearts and things as a step on from the DNA washed valves, because pig tissue is very compatible. But I have heard also that goats are having the genes inserted to produce specific proteins. I'm trying to remember. I think it was goats that were being used to produce for haemophiliacs. Factor 8. What I'm thinking. The idea being that it could then be extracted on a renewable basis. So I just kind of picked that up and ran with it.
Neat.
Yes, and the goats that give silk. That's fantastic. Is it silkworm protein in the milk? And the idea is that, yes, that can then be extracted.
With regards to the facility,
Yes.
is this a new place, or is it somewhere that Electrum will have had knowledge about from his previous life?
It's not somewhere he's been, but it's somewhere that's been around a while. It has grown. It being a Biotechnica test facility now makes a lot more sense.
Right.
There are quite a few spas in the executive zone, and the executive zone is in the nicer area just outside the city, so it's not suffering from the open warfare or the refugee crisis in the suburbs.
Although it is a lot smaller than it used to be.
It's a lot smaller than it used to be, yes. Yes, it is. And it's much less densely populated. But, of course, that's where the high-end executives and the services are. The corporate zone is where the low-level execs and their teams live and work, primarily.
So, yeah, this is where I would have been living prior to... Mysterious backstory.
Mysterious backstory, yes.
So at least I'll be able to guide us through the streets and things like that, like through the zone itself.
You'll have a vague idea, yeah. I mean, there's constant building work going on, and the security checkpoints will change on occasion. But you'll have a vague idea.
I'm hoping not to be noticed. Basically, I'm hoping that, given that it will have been at least. So what hang on, how old is my character? My character
22.
Yeah, I think I said I was
pretty young.
Yeah, no, I think I'm maybe the youngest of us.
How old was your character?
21.
Okay, I was close.
Yeah, because we're 2045, aren't we? Yeah. So yeah, 21. So it'll have been 6 years since I have been here. In the zone.
Yeah.
And
there is also a lot of physical changes from being teenager to being young adult.
Oh yeah. But I am also hoping that no one is going to guess. That is my there is part of Electrum is very excited about this, but there is also a quite strong undercurrent of I cannot be recognised. Not that I'm likely to, because physically as well, I am a lot different from when I was growing up here as a kid. But I am not ready yet to reclaim what is rightfully mine.
I'm sure if there's anything that any of the other group members can do, like lend clothing or whatever.
Well, what we need to do is basically go away, present a plan to these folks, so that we know what our shopping list is, and things like that.
You said you could front us a car, a rental.
Yes. Sorry?
A rental, you said.
Yes.
What requirements can we feed into that?
How do you mean?
Well, different cars have different properties.
Well, I was assuming, since there are so many of you, I was simply going to hire you a limo.
If we're going to be leaving with a goat, it could be interesting having a goat running around the inside of a limo briefly. Yes? Yeah, we could do that.
There's probably space, and I would advise you not to have it running around. Some form of
That's why I
box,
asked
I
about
gather, is...
tranquilizing.
Yes, I
Well,
gather
it's-
some form of box might be acceptable.
Admittedly, if it's 30, if it's the size, like, because we've been shown a picture of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a crate,
And
or
I can...
this should be easily
Does said limo
containable.
come with a driver, or are we self-driving?
That's entirely up to you. That's an extra point of payment out of your fee
Well,
if
I
there was a
can
driver.
drive, though I will. We won't need a driver.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense for the team to actually have one of us be a driver as well.
Hang on a minute. There we go. I actually did download an image that I had decided was the sample goat that she's going to show you. So that's in the Artalsaurian channel.
Okay.
Discord.
Oh.
And
It's so cute.
for those in chat,
Oh,
Yeah, suddenly I'm no longer complaining about this or thinking this. I just like, I want one.
I know,
Did we get
About-
to name it?
about 30 centimetres seems about right, doesn't it?
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
They don't produce much in the way of drug per day, too, I'm guessing, given how small they are.
Doesn't need to.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
But yeah, that is an adorable.
It is.
Isn't
Mhm.
it just?
Yes, it is. And I want one.
I've only had this thing half a day, but if anything were to happen to me,
Yeah.
everyone in this room and then myself.
I am going to be pushing hard for the carrier bag option.
Yeah.
You know, the little like mask that covers your entire head over the goat to make them
Mhm.
look like a Pomeranian.
After
Oh my god.
after Electrum does his thing and gets the data and control over the cameras, are we just going to walk out with the goat literally having its head stuck out of the bag?
Possibly if we're doing it at night.
Yeah.
I suspect we're probably going to need to do some sort of reconnaissance prior to us using the identity, because once the identity is activated, that is it.
Distinct timer. Yeah.
Yes.
The only way you're going to get in, yeah, I mean, you can do external recon.
Yeah.
The only way you can do internal recon inside the spa is by becoming a member.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about we're going to have to do some external recon, because Duck is going to need to know other entry-exit points as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
I think in terms of that recon, it would need to be the night before, so we could finish up planning before the next day when we go into the inn. And it should probably be
Well, we'll want a couple of days, because there is also like non-visual data that we're going to need to get, like searching through the data pool and things like that, just to make sure.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's going to need to be at least Duck and Electrum. Too many of us would definitely be more likely to not be
Arouse
stealthy.
suspicion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basic stuff like that, I'm happy to handle off stream.
Yeah.
Because if nothing else, there's now going to be a bit of a gap with Halloween before
Yeah.
next sesh.
That's true.
But
I'm kind of like, are we going to call it there then for?
Seems
are there any questions in addition? And also make me perception checks.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Is that like on the ground? So it's on the.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
19.
29.
21.
Only 15.
20. 26.
Okay.
God, I sucked at this one.
Very
There is
perceptive
my
people.
perception.
Well, I rolled a 9, so
I exploded.
Oh, wow.
try and
Perception
clean it up.
under awareness. under awareness skills.
Okay, yeah.
I actually found it.
Yay. Well done.
Yay.
Okay, you can hear outside the office a couple of sharp cracks and pops. Quite distinctive different sounds.
Oh, yeah,
It's like
Electrum.
firearms going off.
Yeah, since Electrum, since no one else has raided it, Electrum uses agent to say, we heard a gunshot prior to entering.
Yes, there were
Oh,
some
right. That.
intruders I wasn't anticipating. They were here to steal some equipment. We've been monitoring them.
And those latest sounds are.
We finished monitoring them.
Okay then.
One assumes they
I
don't
like
need medical
that
attention.
person.
No, they do not require medical attention.
Any longer. Yes.
Do any of your team require medical attention?
She looks slightly surprised. Taps out on the agent, and there are 4 rapid pings in response. No, apparently not.
You have a
Okay.
good team.
And then,
Yes.
Damn,
then
I was
like-
hoping I could get some more money out of them for.
I was going to say, damn, chance for profit is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
In terms of questions, I can't think of any more.
Personally, I think if I do, I will try and send them via
Yeah,
off,
Okay.
off thing.
Aye.
but until then, we
So,
just
I will allocate you. I understand that payment is usually appreciated 50% up front and 50% on delivery. This is how these things usually go.
mm,
No.
Right. She slots a chip and does something complicated with her agent. Right, that's linked to multiple accounts. You have 2,500 Eurobucks in there, and I've allocated. She reslots the chip. I've just upped that to 1,500 for your clothing allowance. I think you'll need more help than my initial assessment can give. This will also require, obviously, haircuts. Or at least, since I recognise at least some of you are not packing natural hair, possibly access to some of the latest fashion magazines. Or at least those published this year.
Oh God, she is feeding the filth. Oh.
I love her so much. She's wonderful.
I know.
Mm.
Just
She is so snotty. The
so
thing is, she's an exec
insulting.
and she's an Italian exec.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
style. She knows style.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm not concerned about it at all because I am up to date on
Yeah.
street fashion.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, the 2,500 was a bulk for split between everyone.
Yep. And then there's an additional, did I say 1,200?
You said 1,500 for the
1,500
clothing
for-
allowance.
Clothing allowance.
2,500 is half the payment up front.
Yes.
And it's being split
Um,
in ways.
And that is based on the me getting more money out of it doing the job. Because we got initial money from
Tremaine.
Tremaine, and then what we got from last time we played was meeting would be 500 each. The planning of extraction would be 250 each, and then 1,000 each at the end of the job.
Yep.
So I can't do math.
I think we might need to clarify this off
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
There's a fair bit of maths going
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and Tremaine
Lots
and
of
her
numbers being
are
thrown
not
around.
necessarily working on the same numbers.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh
I-
wait, so we're gonna get paid by Tremaine as well?
we
If we
can
were,
take
we-
If we provide
different
the
amounts.
information,
Yeah.
if you provide Tremaine the information he was asked for, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you're making delivery to Tremaine, and he will pay you the balance of what is owed based on your original discussion with him. She is
Okay.
paying you $2,500 up front, plus the $1,500, which is not part of your standard payment.
Right.
She will also give you the
Car.
the details of how to arrange the hire car and a identity chip that will allow you to fake up valid documentation.
This is exciting.
It is.
It is.
Getting
Okay.
excited over kidnapping a goat.
Let's do a really good job so we can improve our reputation.
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, kidnapping the goat itself, yeah, sure, it's kind of bad, but I mean, this is a pretty hefty.
No.
payday.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
We're
it is.
we're
Yes.
rescuing the goat. Oh, so
Yes,
technically
we're
belongs. It'll technically belong to Naboo until we give it away.
Yeah.
It's my kid.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh, that's not going to be problematic in the
We're
slightest.
going to have conversations during the heist. Oh
Yeah,
man.
you will be
I can
expected to
imagine
hand
you-
it.
you- whoever walks into the area where the goats are kept opens the door. Hey kids!
Yes. The problem is
time
going
is
to
it?
be making sure that Naboo is willing to give the goat to Capra or to what's her face?
Tremaine.
Yeah. Well,
Tremaine,
Oh,
yeah.
that's not going to be a
the
problem.
woman. Yeah.
It won't be a
Not gonna
problem.
in any way,
Not at
shape,
all.
or form.
I'm heavily outnumbered, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Fine.
And you have two medics.
Yeah, we can't track the
I may not
goats.
be able to use
Just
the
ignore the
sedation.
unconscious person at the back. They're fine.
Yeah, you can't use sedation on the goat, but you can use it on Naboo.
Yeah,
Just need to make sure there's someone standing behind Naboo to catch so she doesn't crush the goat.
I will say, however, I am not overpaying you for this.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Okay.
Risk reward is a thing.
Exactly. No, this is a high risk operation.
It's a high risk operation on an unreleased Biotechnica product that is yet to hit the market, which is going to someone who is not Biotechnica before release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll go down just swimmingly.
Yeah. Just
We
imagine
had
how
nothing to do with it if we do it right.
Just imagine how thrilled Pfizer would be if Johnson & Johnson swanned up 3 weeks before their next big drug was due to go on release
Yeah.
with something that looks remarkably familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll end well.
Yes, I've seen October. That will go down like a storm. Okay.
So the new version of milkshake would be called what? Kefir or something?
Oh, Kafir, yeah.
Kefir. Oh,
Okay,
dear.
kefir. Okay,
Yes.
I've always heard it pronounced kefir, so I don't know. Okay,
No, apparently kefir,
Okay.
but I only
okay.
found that out by implication.
I will switch that pronunciation. Thank you.
No,
Right.
It's just buttermilk.
It's kind
I
of
was-
yogurt fermented milk.
I was
It's weird.
yeah, I was gonna say probably just goat cheese.
Oh no, skier. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll go with the Icelandic.
Okay. So, if you are
Sorry.
happy with this, I will call the session there. Because
Cool.
I'm
Sounds good.
starting to see vapor
Thanks.
trails.
Oh,
I'm trying to flag a bit
That
as
sounds
well,
like a time.
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, thank you very much for playing. You sound quite excited. I'm quite happy about this.
Oh, like I can see any number of ways that this could be a disaster.
Oh yes.
A million.